They were shown videos of the strike and had differing views afterwards. Republican Senator Tom Cotton.
These are narco-terrorists who are trafficking drugs that are destined for the United States to kill thousands of Arkansans and millions of Americans.
Democratic Representative Jim Himes.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service.
CBS's Nicole Killian on what this means for Defense Secretary Hegseth.
You have some lawmakers, particularly many Democrats, who are calling for the secretary's resignation, but in some cases these aren't necessarily new calls, as many of them have been calling for his resignation for some time. Others defending their vote against his confirmation at the beginning of this Congress. Some of this is related to this incident involving the boat strikes. For others, it has to deal with this Signalgate report that was just released.
That report claims Hegseth put U.S. troops at risk by sharing sensitive military plans on his personal phone. Stacey Lynn reports on the arrest of a suspect in the planting of 2 pipe bombs in Washington the night before the Capitol riots.
Attorney General Pam Bondi says the suspect is 30-year-old Brian Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia.
He has been charged with violating 18 U.S.C. 844, which is use of an explosive device.
She said no new information led to the arrest.
There was no new tip. There was no new witness.
As for a motive, FBI Director Kash Patel said they'll divulge more when it's prudent.
A federal vaccine advisory committee has delayed a vote on whether newborns should still get the hepatitis B vaccine the day they're born. Sabrina Cupid reports.
ACI member Dr. Cody Meisner questioning Dr. Mark Blackwell, who is part of a work group looking into the safety of the vaccine for infants.
There is clearly evidence of benefit. Is there any evidence of harm to giving the neonatal hepatitis B?
My basic answer would be that the safety evidence is very limited, and I wouldn't want to speculate on safety or harm.
If the panel votes to change the vaccine schedule and it's accepted by the CDC director, it would be a major public health shift dating back more than 30 years. Sabrina Cupid for CBS News, Atlanta.
The Trump administration has instructed U.S. embassies around the world to prioritize visa applications from foreigners wishing to visit the U.S. for the 2026 World Cup or the 2028 Olympics. Stocks are mixed today. This is CBS News.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online at steelusa.com or in-store.
Driving a big rig without the proper license. It caused a huge crash this morning. I'll get to that in a moment. But first, KIRO Newsradio Traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Heather. ProSculpt has our update. Let's start you in JBLM, where we've got a big backup North 5 at Bridgeport Way. Road work is blocking that right lane, and that's got you in a bumper-to-bumper backup starting way back at the main gate. Olympia to Tacoma just climbed to 1 hour. That's double the norm. Don't forget, we've got road work northbound 167 through Pacific. That's adding about 10 minutes to your commute. Lindenwood to Seattle, a 30-minute drive. You're going to start to slow at 130th and Northgate, and that continues all the way into downtown. North 5 and Mid-Boeing Field, we have a disabled vehicle blocking the HOV lane. South 405, scattered backups through Totem Lake and Kirkland. Linwood to Bellevue has improved. We're down to about 20-25 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, another 20 minutes. ProSculpt, the one-day permanent fat loss and skin tightening solution for men and women, offered by New Skin Med Spa in Bellevue. Book your free consultation at prosculpt.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch. A driver that nearly flipped his big rig on I-5 in Lacey this morning did not have a valid commercial driver's license.
A fully loaded car carrier nearly ran into a school bus while going too fast in the rain. The driver overcorrected and jackknifed, hitting several cars, including the bus. State Trooper Cameron Watts says the driver should never have been behind the wheel.
It really baffles me how someone got hired at a commercial vehicle company, if they're even legit. This is something I'm still investigating myself and trying to get down to the bottom of it.
The driver was booked into Thurston County Jail for failing to have a valid CDL, which is a gross misdemeanor in Washington. Chris Sullivan, KIRO News Radio.
A Pierce County woman arrested 3 times in 8 days. Each time, deputies say she was driving under the influence.
Have you been huffing today?
No.
Not in the car just now?
No.
Not at all?
No.
KIRO 7 TV says law enforcement found canisters around and inside her house. She told police she's addicted to inhalants. The judge this week ordered her to stay sober and not drive as she waits to go to trial. Community members are calling for accountability after Seattle police fatally shot an armed man near the Othello Light Rail Station Tuesday. Amijah Smith tells KIRO 7 TV her son was coming home from school when the shooting happened.
It felt like it was very reckless.
Police Chief Sean Barnes says officers tried to negotiate with the man, but he pointed his gun at them. A use of force team is investigating. Pushback from renters as the Tacoma City Council considers rolling back some tenant protections. Advocates tell KIRO 7 TV the limits on rent hikes, moratorium on winter evictions, and more are hurting mom and pop landlords.
We have owners that have lost, tens of thousands of dollars, because they couldn't get people out.
The City Council could vote on proposed changes December 9th. A new warning about measles at SeaTac Airport. Public health officials say an out-of-state traveler with the highly contagious disease passed through the airport November 11th and again on November 17th. More details on this at mynorthwest.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers today with highs in the mid-40s. It's 45 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Block.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Thursday. What day is it? December 4th? December 4th.
It is. All day long.
All day today.
Oh, dad joke. It'll be 20 seconds to get a dad joke in.
We're going to hear.
Yeah.
We got 3 more
Here,
hours,
hold my finger.
folks.
Come on.
Come on. We're 10 seconds in, Spike. You got to slow it down.
I can't.
You're going to kill me.
I live for this.
All right. I'm Jake Skorheim. That's Spike O'Neill. We got a ton of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff to talk about. I'm very excited for this first segment. There's a lot of fun stuff in the news, in the First Things First, that we get to discuss and to chat about. All right. This CCA money, this Climate Commitment Act money, we're going to get in just in 5 minutes, folks. If you're of the persuasion where you want to feel like either yelling or laughing about something, this is going to be the topic for
Interesting.
you.
Interesting.
Yes. And we'll do both when we talk about where that money's going. We now
You'll
know.
yell, I'll laugh.
We now know where it's going. Well, we're both going to laugh.
Yeah, okay.
We'll talk about it in just a few minutes. We're going to start, though, with something else. I noticed this last night. I asked if it was a full moon. Apparently it wasn't, because tonight is a very special night.
I see the moon rising.
It's a good song.
I see trouble on the way.
I just want to keep listening to this.
CCR? You bet, man.
Tonight.
Oh, thank you for that. That was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Needle rip.
That was me. That was me.
Oh,
I apologize. I shouldn't have.
Thanks for being the turntable, and that was really sweet of you. Nice touch.
I shouldn't have shut it off that fast. There is something called a cold moon tonight. Do you know what a cold moon is?
It's where the moon will be furthest from the Earth in its orbit. It's monthly rotation that gives us an evolving moon from a ebbing or it's a waxing moon.
Okay.
Cold moon is when the moon at its peak of fullness is furthest from the Earth. So, given the distance of space, makes it a cold moon, if I got it correct. Or that, or it's in December. One of the two. Maybe I'm overthinking this.
Well, it's just big. I don't know about that. It's just big. It's going to be a big moon. It's let's see here. It's at the perigee of the Earth, closest approach to the Earth. This is the last supermoon of 2025. I was reading just a little bit about this. It's the closest approach. It's actually the opposite of what you just said.
Okay.
Because you said it was furthest. Did you say it was the furthest away?
I heard it was the highest in the sky, which I assumed to be furthest from Earth.
No, I think highest in the sky means from our point of view, it looks higher in the sky.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's further from the Earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not in our, it
doesn't
it's in
go
space.
away and come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I should have paid attention more in school.
Well, that's okay. That's why I'm here. It's actually the closest approach to Earth. It's going to be 8% bigger, which you're going to notice. And I noticed last night because it's on its way to the 8% bigger. And I was driving last night. And we were coming back from just running some errands, and it gets so dark so early now.
Yeah. 4:30 in the afternoon, it's already starting to darken up, and you can see the moon. For me, when I was driving last night, you can see the moon on the horizon in its entirety right there. It's you're not even home from work yet.
I get home. Usually it takes me about an hour and change to get home. If traffic's bad, especially if it's like raining or something, like about an hour and change. So I get home about 4:10, 4:15. Now it's only light until what time? 4:25, 4:30?
Something like that, yeah. 4:40.
I'm rushing home just to have some light outside with the kids. I'm like, all right, everybody get outside. 10 minutes of outdoor time before it's pitch dark. And so anyway, we're outside, we're doing stuff, and this brilliant moon pops up. And it's just, we were talking about this before the show, but there is something about it where it just kind of captivates you and you just stare at it like a moth to a flame.
Yeah.
Does everybody do that, or is it just us simpletons?
I would hope that everybody enjoys the celestial majesty of a full moon.
What do you like about it?
I think it puts it puts me in perspective that there's another celestial body right there.
Yeah.
We think about how big the Earth is, and grasping the size of the globe we live on.
Yeah.
Is insurmountable. I mean, it's incredible to think about how small and insignificant we sometimes feel on this massive Earth. But here's another celestial body right there. I mean, right there in the sky.
Just glowing in the sky.
I mean, I kind of immediately think to like a Star Wars moment where you see, through cinematography or CGI, whatever it is these days.
That's not a moon. That's a
Death Star, right?
Death Star.
I always check to see the moon make sure it isn't a Death Star.
It's probably, but seems like maybe a little crazy, but I get what you're doing.
Some of my most fondest memories of all time are related to looking up at the moon, catching a full moon.
You ever go out
Even
there
a
with your
sickle
kids?
Moon. Yes, absolutely.
Just look up at it, just kind of stare at it.
Do you guys have a telescope?
We don't anymore. We used to, and my wife clears out a lot of stuff. She's one of those people that doesn't like to have clutter around.
Okay.
So if our garage is looking like there's corners that are filled that shouldn't be filled, or if we haven't used something in the last couple of years.
I wish I had that skill, because I don't have that skill. I'm a accumulator.
I told you she gave her mom that book, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about what she thinks is happening to me, but she's constantly getting rid of my stuff. Well, constantly. And I'll
she's
go
not
like,
going to deal with it alone, is what she's saying.
I guess. Where's all my stuff? And she's like, oh, we donated it, so I have to go to Goodwill just to get all my stuff back. But we don't have a telescope currently. We used to,
okay.
But it's amazing. You go up in the yard. If you have the ability tonight to go out and look at this cold moon, this is the closest it's going to be for a while.
Okay.
And it's beautiful, but it is captivating. The thing that I love about it is you look up there and you think, this is the same thing that they have been staring at and for all of humanity and writing poetry and songs.
Inspired,
and inspired by the mystery of, and it's just right there. It's just hanging right there. It's like that scene in Wonderful Life. We're staring up at the moon.
I'll grab it for you, Mary.
I'll grab it for you, Mary.
Yeah, I'll pull it down for you. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it's just a very...
Lasso's the moon.
It's cool. So if you're into the moon, check it out. If you don't like it, I don't recommend looking up tonight. It's going to be beautiful.
We have a luxury of just enjoying its beauty and pondering the magnitude of our existence in space and all these things. Used to be that the full moon was hunting season or controlled the tides. People live their lives by the cycles of the moon.
Well, it still does.
They still do.
I mean, it still does control the tides.
Well, it does, yeah. But used to be when we were an agrarian, is that the right word? Agricultural-driven societies, hunter-gatherers, blah, blah, blah.
That's a $10 word. That sounds right. That sounds right.
The moon used to farm good and other things.
Good. Farm good and other things.
Moon used to have more impact and control over our existence.
Yeah, you're right.
I love a full moon.
It's fun. There's another thing that people are talking about weather-wise. It's always amazing to me how much people click on these stories. It's like the #1 story on the website right now. If you go to mynorthwest.com, Ted Biener wrote it. Great guy. He's basically just like, I love when Ted comes into the office because he's wearing his Christmas sweater and he looks like everybody's uncle is visiting. So it's a lot of fun to have around. But he's a meteorologist. And he wrote about this atmospheric river that's upon us. And I thought it would be more fun if we talked about the atmospheric river. I feel like they're calling it the atmospheric river because he didn't come up with that, and I'm not faulting. And what I'm about to say is going to be not complimentary to people who use that term.
Okay.
But I don't mean anything negative about Ted Biener. He's saying what people call it now. But back in the day, you did just call it rain, right?
Yeah.
Had you ever heard atmospheric river until 5 years ago? Had you ever heard that term?
Not even close. Not even close.
And what is it? It's just, what does it mean?
What's
an atmospheric river?
A lot, right?
There's a lot of water coming our way.
You point to a $20 word, right?
It's a $2 word will do.
Right.
Rain.
A 50-cent word will do. A lot of rain.
But nobody clicks on an article that says rain.
Not around here.
You go like atmospheric river, and suddenly people go, oh my gosh. This is the music that comes up in their heads. atmospheric river coming. Listen to this. Can you turn the music down a little bit? I'm going to read some of this for you folks. Mild, wet conditions into this weekend. The first is forecast to arrive Thursday with rain spreading onshore and inland through the day. The next system follows on Friday into Saturday morning. Again, we're talking about rain, but atmospheric river. In western Washington lowlands, high temperatures will rise into the lower to mid-50s. About 5 degrees warmer than usual. But wait, there's more. This is a great article. I'm not making fun of Ted. I love Ted.
No.
Monday, Tuesday, you're going to see more rain. This time it's going to be with atmospheric river juiced with some subtropical moisture. Sounds like an IPA. That sounds nice. Lowland rain amounts should range from 1 to 3 inches. That's a lot.
It's a lot of rain, man.
While the mountains are anticipated to get 3 to 6 inches. Snow levels will remain elevated where they get snow, but they're not getting much right now. Not good news for snow enthusiasts.
Called it earlier in the week. Remember we talked about how the delayed start times for the ski resorts around here, and now here comes a couple atmospheric rivers. It's not going to be snow. It's going to wash away what did already fall in a lot of cases, and all this means one thing to people. That's why these sensational, these shock words that we're using, like atmospheric river, because there's bigger danger than there used to be, more flooding danger than there used to be, more landslide. Yes.
Is there?
I think there is.
Really?
I don't know. We should ask Ted. Yes.
There's more?
Yes. I think the severe weather, I think, is hard to argue.
There was no hurricanes that made landfall this year in the United States.
I've heard that's because of President Trump. I saw the.
Well, it's because they named
Secretary of Homeland Security
they named it Gulf of America. Every hurricane said,
and now hurricanes.
I'm not going to mess with that. Gulf of Mexico, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not going to mess with Gulf of America.
I'm not crossing into the Gulf of America. I've seen what they do to unwanted guests.
These colors don't run storms.
They don't flood either.
But no storms this year.
Well, yeah,
that made landfall.
I give you that. But we've had more hurricanes. We've had more. They haven't made landfall.
That's
but
good.
We've had tornadoes. We've had flooding. We've had record flooding.
I know. You get what I'm saying, though.
I do. I get you.
The fear mongering is the thing that bugs me because then they use that as a way to. This is a great segue in our next topic. The fear mongering, which then leads into them deciding to make us all pay extra money for this CCA, this Climate Commitment Act, so that they can stop things like hurricanes, which is, I guess, congratulations, they've done it.
Are they spending that money on a big fan to blow the hurricanes offshore? No. Is that what it is? They aim the windmills at the coast? That's genius.
Here's where they're spending the money. So the Center Square has this story. They have this big report where they've spent a bunch of the money. And as we read through this, I need your help deciphering what this means, because I think what they're trying to do is to obfuscate all the information so that we can't actually follow what's going on, because I kind of think that that's the point. They're bringing in so much money. What have we talked about through the CCA since it was put into place? Something to the tune of $4 billion. Is that about right?
That sounds about right. I'd have to look it up directly. Yeah, look it up.
Which has come in. We've spent so much extra money on gas. Every time you pay for gas, you're paying, more than 50 cents per gallon every time you buy it. So where does that money go? Well, we now know that the CCA, I'm going to read you some of this from the Center Square. CCA revenue generated from quarterly carbon auctions is deposited into 3 main accounts. You tell me, Spike, honestly, if you can follow this and if you can then justify the cost that they are sucking out of your wallet every time you go to the gas station, and then in every other business that you have to purchase things through, because they all are part of these climate auctions. All right. CCA revenue generated from quarterly carbon auctions is deposited into 3 main accounts, with 2 of those accounts having 2 sub-accounts each. More than half of that spending came from the Climate Commitment Act, according to the Ecology CCA spending dashboard. The projects funded by that account reduced carbon by 7.8 million tons. Now, what does that mean? I have no idea. Meanwhile, only 89 million came from the carbon reduction account, with the projects reducing 433,460 metric tons of carbon. While just 0.1% of CCA spending originated from a sub-account intended for the air quality reading. How are you supposed to follow that?
You can't. I can't follow that.
I
care.
That.
I'm reading it with you, and I can't keep up.
And you believe in this stuff.
I believe in this stuff.
And I don't believe in this stuff. And so when I read this, I go are they just trying to confuse me? Do they think I'm an idiot?
No.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes,
but they are. Let's go back to where they are trying to confuse us.
Here's where they have spent their money. According to the Department of Ecology, which is currently involved in a lawsuit, by the way, side note, because they're not releasing their carbon numbers, because they can't quantify those, so they can't release them, but they're not releasing them. Washington State Ferries received $599 million for the electrification program.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, we know as of Tuesday? that even the Seattle Times editorial board is saying that, hey, you know what? This is folly. Spending money to electrify and hybridize these things.
Good job on the hybridize. Well done.
Not, thank you. Yeah, that's a big word. Is not working.
Well, it's not being delivered as promised with regard to time frame or cost.
I would
not to say it's not working.
I would describe it as not working.
Okay. If the overall goal is to have an electrification of the fleet,
yeah,
and part of this money being spent, we're talking about, is also for the purchase of new boats, not just these hybridization of the three. That's also goes into purchasing the entirety of what will someday be an electric fleet. If I read that correctly,
the cost that I was just talking about, yes, is part of the money, but that's not all the money they plan on spending on.
Right?
These
Oh
new
no,
boats.
no,
It's not even close.
They'll be going deeper.
Yeah,
Sure.
It's not even close. But yeah, I would describe that as not working currently. I mean, the boat that they have currently converted, the MV Wenatchee, whatever it's called.
The Wenatchee, yeah.
Cost way more than the original estimate for 3 hybridizations on its own.
Yeah.
It was 22 months behind schedule. It was off, or maybe not 22 months, but it took 22 months to convert, more than a year, I believe, behind schedule. It was just, by all, I think by all metrics, not a success. And even Bob Ferguson is saying, like, listen, we got to rethink hybridizing these other 2 boats that we plan on doing, because we just can't afford to have them out of the
When
fleet.
you've lost the Seattle Times editorial board, I mean, these are your boys.
Yeah.
These are your boys.
These people want it to work.
Yes, and it's their
not
job
working.
to convince the public that you're on the right track and making the right moves. And when you've lost the editorial board,
Let me read you a little more from this Department of Ecology's information, because this is I know none of it makes any sense to me. Let's see here. According to the Ecology's report, the project reduced carbon by 3.5 million metric tons. They then talk about a couple different areas where they invested money into those, where they were saving some of these metric tons. King County and Walla Walla County reported a cost of $163 per metric ton reduced. So it cost them $163 per ton to reduce. King County received $487,305, and they reduced 7,945 metric tons. Are you with me?
trying to.
I'm not, but if you are, that's great.
I don't know what that means, though, to you and I's quality of life, our air quality.
They
That's
know
the
that
thing.
we don't know what it means.
Yeah, they're just giving us big fat numbers
And
to
they give us
impress
these numbers, and they say, like, hey, we've
it must
reduced all
be,
these
must be
carbon
working.
things.
They dropped 400 million tons of metric carbon, or whatever, metric tons of carbon.
From what?
Yeah.
They won't release the numbers, and then even that is like just floating around in the sky.
We hope. We hope it's not floating around the sky. That's their point, right? It's a clear,
But there's
smoother,
no walls
fresher
on the
air.
sky, Spike. So why are we paying all this money? That's what drives me crazy. I came up with a fun little clip because I do think I have a fun movie clip that I think will kind of explain what is happening with the CCA and with climate stuff, all these initiatives, the hybridization of the ferries. This is a tremendous investment that people are making.
It is.
You and I are making.
It's a big ask of the population of this region.
Well, it's not an ask. It's a take.
It's a take. Wow.
It's a big take.
We
that they're
voted for
taking.
this, though. It was an ask.
Some people,
right? Well, that's how you do it.
They originally didn't
Because-
ask. Then they got put up through an initiative.
Yeah.
People confirmed it. That was, I think, folly, but whatever. Those people are.
Finish closing my mind on this for me.
I'm about to. Let me close your mind on
Looking
this.
forward to it. It'd be an easier day for me. I have to worry about this.
I want you to imagine two people sitting together, and one of them is trying to understand what this whole thing is all about, what the CCA is all about, what this climate change stuff is all about. And it's money, my friend.
Yeah.
It's about money and how they spend the money. But we're hoping that they have some sense of what they're doing because, good Lord, it's costing us all a ton of money. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Costing us a lot of money. Now, everybody in the Seattle Times is saying, well, we don't even know what this is for. It's costing this much and it's not even working. The boat you return to service, it's not even in service half the time.
Half the time's off,
so that's not a success. All right, so here's what that sounds like.
Your only responsibility is to put meat on the table. Name of the game, move the money from your client's pocket into your pocket.
Right, but if you can make the clients money at the same time, it's advantageous to everyone, correct?
No. Number one rule.
Climate change.
Nobody. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or if you're Jimmy Buffett, nobody knows if
Climate change
is going to go up, down, sideways, or in circles. Least of all,
a group of scientists around the world.
Right? It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
Fugazi, it's fake.
Yeah, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not real.
Right.
All right? But you and me, the politicians, we're taking home cold hard cash via
climate change.
Right. It's incredible, sir. I can't tell you how excited I am.
You should be.
You should be. Follow the money, my friend. Follow
I'm
the
just
money.
trying to picture what Al Gore would have done to that movie.
I know, nothing funny. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
You know us. We're the heating and air conditioning company with the big colorful logo and the recognizable trucks you see all over Western Washington. You know us as the company that believes in the good we're doing and the impact home comfort has on your personal happiness. In its third generation, our family-owned business has been improving the lives of our customers every day since 1957. Call the experts in installation, service, and repair. Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Your family's comfort is our family's business.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
It's a freezing night, and suddenly your heating dies. A fix could take several days or longer. Don't let this happen to you. If your system's 12 years or older, it's on borrowed time. Upgrade now to a dependable Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning system and keep your family comfortable. Schedule a consultation today at HomeComfortAlliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com. And happy holidays to all. all.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings, departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. President Trump has issued a pardon for Tim Leiweke, one of the developers of Climate Pledge Arena, who was facing charges of rigging construction bids.
Federal prosecutors charged Leiweke for conspiring with another company to build the Moody Center at the University of Texas, a state-of-the-art arena for sports and concerts Leiweke gushed over months ago.
It's extraordinary. It's a bit of a, from a technology standpoint, revolutionary.
Trump's pardon wipes away a possible 10-year sentence and $1 million fine. Tim's brother, Todd, is part owner and CEO of the Seattle Kraken. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
After he was indicted, Leiweke stepped down from Oakview Group, which built Climate Pledge Arena. We're learning that one of the teens arrested for allegedly shooting at Seattle cops from a stolen speeding car is wanted in a separate homicide. Adam Faber with the Pierce County Prosecutor's Office says he's accused of shooting and killing a man in an elevator.
He is one of 3 juvenile defendants who were charged regarding the homicide of Messiah Washington that took place earlier this year in Tacoma.
He says the boy will be brought back to Pierce County to face that murder charge. Connecticut Congressman and Democrat Jim Himes says he has seen video of the controversial second strike against an alleged drug smuggling boat. He calls it
one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service. You have 2 individuals in clear distress without any means of locomotion, with a destroyed vessel, who were killed by the United States.
But Republican Senator Tom Cotton said all the strikes on September 2nd were, quote, entirely lawful and needful. The FBI has arrested a 30-year-old Virginia man for allegedly placing pipe bombs outside the Democratic and Republican national headquarters around the time of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
He has been charged with violating 18 U.S.C. 844, which is use of an explosive device.
That's U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. A San Francisco-based drug company has launched Meow One. It's a trial to see if GLP-1 weight loss drugs can be used to help cats lose weight. Dr. Ernie Ward.
In veterinary medicine for the last 100 years, the only prescription we had was feed less, exercise more, and that just doesn't work for all types of obesity.
An estimated 6 in 10 cats in the U.S. are overweight. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 102 points. NASDAQ up about 7. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
This one brought to us by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Out in JBLM, North 5 and Bridgeport Way, roadwork still blocks that right lane. So we're looking at a 5-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting at the main gate. Olympia to Tacoma is a 1-hour drive. That's double the norm. Over to the Valley Freeway, it's closer to 20 minutes now to make it through that northbound backup through Pacific. Linwood to Seattle is going to take you 25 minutes. It is really heavy from 145th and Shoreline all the way to Lake City Way. From there, it starts to slowly thin out as you head into downtown. Those lake bridges look great, and up in Everett as you're heading that way, North 5 slows between 164th and 112th from an earlier collision. Right now, buy one, get one 50% off at Lake Washington Windows and Doors, plus 12 months of zero interest financing. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain turning to showers with highs in the mid-40s. It's 45 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, did you hear about this SPD shooting that happened the other day?
Down on the light rail track, of course. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, there was this was, I believe it was Tuesday afternoon. There was police responding to, there was a man who was reportedly in the area. He actually ended up, according to police, he had a gun, which was then brandished at police officers.
Right.
This man was kind of known in the area. What's confusing to me about this is, so they have this confrontation with police. He gets shot, and he dies. And now the conversation is, look, listen to this. I'm gonna read to you some of this. All these activists who are now saying that police have killed somebody else in Seattle. And the question that I have is, and Sean Barnes had a statement about this as well. Sean Barnes, he said that they tried communicating with this guy, but fired at him with a rifle and another firearm after he pointed a gun at them. So my question to these activists is, and I saw a few news reports who were saying like, hey, community is now requiring information because police have killed somebody else. The narrative felt like they were trying to push the idea that they just willy-nilly just decided to kill somebody.
Right. The question or statement's like, where's the bias-free policing? Where's the accountability?
Well, here's my question. What are they supposed to do in that situation? You have a guy. Listen to this restaurant owner. Do we have audio on this, Laura? I apologize. I don't know if we have audio. Okay. Cindy Lee, she's the owner of Lee's Deli and Bakery, family business. And she said she saw this guy with a gun. And she's like, people are running around like crazy. She literally had to usher her restaurant employees out the back door. This is a block from a school.
Mm-hmm.
Police arrive on the scene, and the guy brandishes a gun at them.
Right.
So what is? I'm confused by this. What else are they supposed to do?
I share your consternation at the reaction of the anti-police protesters. I don't know how else to classify these folks.
It's not just protesters. I saw press. I saw press coverage of this. It was just like, these police need to answer questions. Now,
okay.
I think
I didn't want to die would be the answer I would give as a police officer.
They fully should give all the information they have once they've completed their investigation.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
and
they should.
There's no
if they have body cam footage, great. Release all that stuff.
And it's not like they showed up, opened their car doors, and started shooting. That's not how it went down.
No.
And when a person of interest, I don't know if he was a suspect, I don't know, he was an individual of concern, if I could call him that.
Yes.
And police are engaging with him, asking him to try to de-escalate the situation. Guy brandishes a gun and points it at officers. At that point, the officers open fire.
They did you're right. They did the thing first.
They did all the things
trying to communicate with him,
to
trying to de-escalate and make sure that everybody walks away. Now, is he having a mental health episode? Probably.
I think it's a fair estimate. If someone is brandishing a gun at police, there's some mental health.
But if he has a gun, then what are the police supposed to do in that sense?
Supposed to wait till he shoots, so you know it's real, so you know it's a real gun. How much at risk are these officers supposed to put their lives before their actions and their accountability is called into question? That just seems like a knee-jerk overreaction by the community who may or may not have valid concerns about over-policing in the past. I think those concerns oftentimes have validity. But when officers arrive on scene and are faced with someone brandishing a weapon and they've tried to de-escalate through proper technique and tactic, and the gentleman then points a weapon. If my dad's on the street, if my son's on the street, if my wife's on the street, if I'm on the street as a law enforcement officer, I want them to err on the side of coming home.
100%.
And the fact that these folks want more from the law enforcement community than to protect their own lives.
I'm just confused as to what they think they could have done differently. They tried communicating, according to the investigation they've been doing. The King County Sheriff's investigators are looking into this. I mean, it's not the SPD who are looking into this.
As it should. You take it out of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's non-partial.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbiased, hopefully. I mean, I assume it is. But yet, the initial knee-jerk reaction from so many people was, And I do think it's people who are just anti-police. That's my take from it. I had a friend send me this article last night, good buddy of mine. He goes, I just don't know what to make of these people. There was a video spreading around TikTok of like an independent journalist who went down there on the scene and was, pushing this story and the headline is Seattle police have killed another guy. And you're just like, that feels to me incorrect information. Did they respond to a situation where somebody has a gun? It sure sounds like it. Did the local restaurant owner who witnessed the guy, she says, firing? All bad things. So when police arrive on scene, what else are they supposed to do? You're totally right. They're not supposed to get shot before they respond.
Some of the people that were with the group
protesting.
I'll make sure I describe them correctly. So the shooting was a gross violation of Seattleites' safety. What do you call a guy waving a gun around who's clearly unbalanced? How's that not a clear violation of Seattleites' safety?
Yeah.
How is the police putting an unfortunate end to that situation for the safety of those innocent bystanders and residents and business owners of the area?
Let me read you
what do they want?
Let me read you from Seattle Times. 2 residents of the apartment building said that the person shot by the police frequented the area, so it obviously sounds like a known individual, sometimes sleeping in the apartment lobby. So that tells me that this is a homeless person who occasionally makes his way into the lobby, I would guess. That's just my guess. Appeared to be experiencing mental health issues. And now you're talking about a guy who's also got a gun, according to these reports.
An eyewitness testimony.
Eyewitness testimony.
Yeah.
So I just don't know, God bless these police officers. This is how hard their job is. Not only do they have to go out and put their lives on the line when they respond to calls like this. Somebody with a mental health episode is very, very ready, willing, and able, could just shoot at them and kill them. We've seen stories like that. And still they show up to these things to keep everybody else in the community safe. Like this restaurant owner, Sydney Lee, who we're going to try to get on the show, but she says she really appreciates the police around. It just makes me feel safe, like I have a big brother. Imagine being in one of these communities where you have to deal with this on a daily basis. And imagine if the protesters got their way and we had less cops, which is what Seattle was doing.
They tried it for a while, right?
They tried it. Everybody went, less cops is a bad idea.
Yeah. The communities where these cops do the most engagements, they want more law enforcement officers, not less.
Of course.
They're the ones that understand what a lack of law enforcement community in their neighborhoods means.
Which drives me then to the next level of thinking about, this was right next to, what was the name of this elementary school that they were right next to? The Salish Sea Elementary, a block away. Imagine if this guy had started shooting.
Right.
And the police didn't have to confront this guy. Imagine he was shooting. He's a block away. That's easily within range, a stray bullet, God forbid.
Or he runs. And seeks shelter, or seeks.
Yeah, they had to lock the school down.
Right.
Think about how scary that is for those kids.
And I know that.
Then you have places like the Seattle School Board who say, hey, you know what? Because there's some loud community members out there who don't want to see police on campuses. Yeah,
because the relationship between our students and the law enforcement community is bad.
They say no SROs, school resource officers, or they call them SEOs, school engagement officers in Seattle.
Okay, yeah.
No school engagement officers on campus. This is exactly the reason why you would have an engagement officer on campus. Because when there is a lockdown or something, you have somebody there, first line of defense, who's ready to go. And that's their job. And that's what makes these guys heroes. And my buddy sent me that video last night of this reporter walking through the street talking about how police killed somebody. And I was just like, you know what? Not that Seattle police need defending. They can defend themselves, and they do a very good job of it. And Sean Barnes did a great job speaking on behalf. But I just wanted to express my support for what they do, because that's an incredibly, impossibly hard job that I'm not brave enough to do, and they're brave enough to do it.
I hear you. The mother's quoted in the story that this community didn't give a blank about my black son. Now I feel for the mother's lost a child. I do. Is she talking about the law enforcement community here? Which community is she referring to? The community that let this guy fall between the cracks and live on the streets, sleep in apartment building lobbies, going around with probably an unlicensed firearm, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know where he got the gun.
Who didn't care about this man?
It sounds like they initially tried to talk him down.
Yes, exactly.
It didn't work. We're going to find out more information as they release it. They've not released a lot of it yet, but I just don't like this knee-jerk reaction to blame cops. I think that's dangerous. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Can we talk about a ridiculous story for a second? Do you know what a Fabergé egg is?
I do.
All right.
It's like the highest end jewelry, right? It's
Beautiful.
artwork jewelry. Yes.
Artwork.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Museum piece jewelries.
There's a famous one that somebody tried to steal. And the way they tried to steal it, you might be kind of interested.
They get a bucket truck and cut through a second-story window?
No, but
that's been done.
Just as smart.
Okay.
All right, we're going to tell you about that when we come back. Stick around.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm here with my real estate guy, Wes Jones of SellWithWes.com. And Wes, the year's almost over. It's the holidays, but the spring is going to come fast.
That's right. There's not a lot of time left this year. But here's the thing. It takes a lot to get a home ready to sell if you truly want the maximum value for it. So I would encourage you, let's start the conversation now if you're planning to sell next year. We'll walk through my pre-inspection program. If there's any improvements that need to be made, I can help line up the contractors. And if needed, we have options to pay for it out of the proceeds from the sale of your home. The important thing is to have a game plan from repairs to staging, pricing strategy, and marketing. And we can help you get a jump start right now.
There's a reason I say if you want to sell for more, sell with Wes. So go to sellwithwes.com, find out the real value of your home with Wes's home value calculator, then give him a call, schedule an appointment. Sellwithwes.com. That's sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Welcome back to the show. All right, this one is kind of a fun topic. We've lately had the opportunity, and they're kind of international fun stories, but we've lately had the opportunity to talk about daring heists, like that one in France.
At the Louvre, you bet, yeah.
At the Louvre.
And I think it's 8 arrests now, I think.
Yeah.
I think the only thing left to do is find the jewels.
Which they don't have.
They don't have.
And the question is, well, I mean, I have to believe that they will find them if they have 8 people who are involved, unless because there was that speculation that they were just a hired group.
Yeah.
They collected it for somebody. Mm-hmm. But you would think that there would be somebody in the handoff that, like, okay, well, if you collected it for somebody, where did the jewels go?
Yeah.
But hopefully,
and they've got 8 people who are looking at jail time.
Yeah, somebody's going to flip.
You get a flipper.
You flip them.
Yep.
You flip them. Okay, so here's another one. This is interesting. This one's not in France. This is in New Zealand. You ever been in New Zealand?
No, I haven't traveled.
Far away.
Yeah.
That's my only downside of going. I'd love to go. Obviously, you and I are both huge Lord of the Rings fans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I can think of nowhere else that I'd rather visit than New Zealand. It looks beautiful, but it takes 18 hours to get there. I don't have that time.
I've traveled that far for other destinations. I've been to Asia, been to Europe, been to Africa. You know, and I've been on four different continents. Yeah, 4 different continents, but I've never been to Australia or New Zealand.
It's a long way.
I'd like to go.
Yeah, it'd be nice. We should take the show there. We should do a show from there
live.
on the road. We should do it live.
Yeah, I like it.
So when it's live here at noon, we could be doing it there from 8 a.m.
Perfect.
Is that how it would work?
Let's go cover this story. Can we get through this weekend?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just talking about New Zealand.
That's where the story's headed.
There was a fella who went into a jewelry store and decided he's looking around. The owners of the jewelry store are looking at him like, oh, is this guy browsing or buying? That's always a question when you're working at these places. Like, what is this guy doing? You know,
is he kicking the tires on this ring?
Yeah. When do I approach him?
Is he really a buyer?
Do you have somebody special in your life? Oh, he's looking at a locket. Oh, it looks like he's interested in the locket. Look at that. I think we might have a buyer. This is a very special locket. It was a Fabergé egg locket, very expensive. And it was actually modeled after. Did you see what this is modeled after?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the movie Octopussy,
Sure.
the James Bond movie?
You bet.
It was modeled after that octopus-looking. Is it just the graphic at the beginning of the movie?
I think so. Yeah.
And it's in this beautiful little Fabergé egg.
Well, little's a relative term when you hear the details of the story.
Well, tell the audience what a Fabergé egg is.
A Fabergé egg it was originally, I believe, Russian was where they originated, right?
Yeah.
And it's literally an egg that opens up like imagine a jewel box, like a ring box, but it's an egg. It's hinged. And it's bedazzled with gold. It's made of gold. It's got enamel finish, but oftentimes lots of jewels. This particular attempted to be stolen Fabergé egg had like 16 diamonds or so many rubies and emeralds and diamonds.
I think the value is somewhere around $20,000.
$20,000, yeah. 3 inches tall.
Yeah, not a huge one.
Not a big one, which explains the attempted heist.
So this guy decides I'm going to take this thing. And so he just puts it in his mouth, throws it back, swallows it. Swallows it whole.
Right. And he ends up being arrested in the store.
Yeah, they're like, oh, sir.
You got him in custody.
That's not browsing or buying.
I don't have it. As he herks it down. And now he's in custody in New Zealand, in Auckland.
Police say, given this man is in police custody, we have a duty of care to continue monitoring him given the circumstances of what occurred. I only assume that means until things pass.
They're going to let it go naturally.
Good golly.
You better pray it stays closed. I hope they build the latches nice on these things. Because inside this egg inside this 3-inch tall gold egg with jewel encrusted is a metal octopus with 8 metal arms.
Good for him.
And this guy gets to pass this.
Good for him. Well, yeah, not fun.
Yeah.
Punishment fits the crime, I guess.
I feel for the officers who have to retrieve.
All right, we'll be right back.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth T800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision.
If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision surgeons have performed nearly 100,000 procedures. We know when RLE is right for you.
Find out. Schedule a free Zoom consultation at k2visionrle.com.
K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Hi, this is Keith Dashafi, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. If your home is bracing for cold drafts, frosty glass, or that one window that just won't open, it might be time for an upgrade. Right now, treat your home with 40% off qualifying installs or 24 months of 0% interest with equal payments. It's the gift your house actually wants, because it definitely didn't ask for another inflatable snowman. With premium products, expert installation, and local service that feels like family, we'll get your home holiday ready. Visit PellaPNW.com today.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in store.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Lawmakers heard today from the Navy Admiral who Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says ordered a second strike on a suspected Venezuelan drug boat, despite the presence of survivors. Stacey Lynn reports.
Military officials showed lawmakers video of the follow-up strike.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service.
Democrat Jim Himes.
2 individuals in clear distress, without any means of locomotion, with a destroyed vessel, who were killed.
But Republican Senator Tom Cotton defended the move.
I saw 2 survivors trying to flip a boat loaded with drugs.
He said all the strikes on September 2nd
were exactly what we'd expect our military commanders to do.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
The FBI says it's arrested a Virginia man and charged him with placing pipe bombs in Washington ahead of the January 6th Capitol riot. Director Kash Patel didn't say what the motivation was.
We will divulge information when it is prudent and constitutionally permissible, while upholding the safeguards of this case to make sure that the people that this individual intended to victimize get the accountability they deserve.
An Israeli police officer killed in the October 7th attacks is the last hostage whose remains have not been returned by Hamas. Linda Gradstein reports that's key to the fragile peace deal.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the talks with the mediators in Cairo was meant to ensure the immediate return of the last hostage being held in Gaza. Earlier this week, Hamas handed over the remains of a Thai agricultural worker whose body had been held by Islamic Jihad. Israel has said it cannot continue to the second phase of the ceasefire until all hostages are returned.
Talks with a Ukrainian official were expected to take place today in Miami with President Trump's envoy and Jared Kushner. Rami Inocencio has more.
President Trump said he got the impression, at least from Witkoff and Kushner, that Putin does want the war to end. But if that is the case, then Russia's president wants it on his own terms, and specifically about Ukrainian land, because he has now said that Russia will take Ukraine's eastern regions one way or another, which would then take away about a fifth of the country.
There's a record-breaking cold in the forecast. Meteorologist Kate Bilo.
All of this polar air over northern Canada continuing to spill southward. We had one shot move into the northern plains yesterday. It's now starting to move toward the northeast. A second, even stronger shot of extreme cold is expected to move into the northern plains early next week, and it is going to be frigid outside.
On Wall Street, stocks finished the day mixed. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do new renters' rights in Tacoma go too far? The story coming up, but first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Heather. Give yourself an extra few minutes with our soggy commute today. It's making for slower commute times across the board. Up in Everett, we've got a new crash for you. South 5, right at the Snohomish River. Collision has 2 left lanes blocked. That leaves 1 lane open at the scene, and you've got a solid backup starting at State Route 528 in Marysville. Plan on 25 minutes from Marysville into Everett. North 5 heading up into Everett. You're slow from the Linwood interchange to 128th, where we still have this collision on your right shoulder, adding about 10 minutes to your trip between Seattle and Everett. Heading into Seattle, South 5, we're solid from Northgate Way in the downtown already. Linwood to Seattle's at 25 minutes. South 405 crowded from South Bellevue to Renton. It's 20 minutes from Bellevue to Renton. And we still have road work at JBLM North 5 at Bridgeport Way. It's blocking your right lane, and that's got you in a 5-mile backup starting at the main gate, Olympia to Tacoma, 55 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. The driver of a fully loaded car carrier that nearly rolled over on I-5 in Lacey this morning, causing a multiple vehicle crash. That driver should not have been behind the wheel. State Trooper Cameron Watt explains.
The driver of the semi did not possess a valid commercial driver's license from out of country or within the United States.
The driver could face up to a year in jail and a $5,000 fine if convicted of failing to have a valid CDL. Tensions are high in South Seattle this week, where police fatally shot a man. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibao reports.
Frustration as the community gathered where police shot and killed an armed man.
Compounding issues that come when, the police kill people.
Robert Engel with the Seattle Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression says officers should have de-escalated. But Police Chief Sean Barnes says
sometimes you don't have the benefit of time when someone is carrying a firearm and they're walking towards you or they're walking toward innocent people.
They had to act fast.
A Pierce County woman pleads not guilty to 3 DUIs in 8 days.
So now you have warrants for those arrests. This is not up for discussion.
Pierce County Sheriff's deputies arrested Kylene Robertson on 2 warrants with $50,000 bail amounts each.
No, I don't. You have. You've actually did 3 DUIs. You've been arrested for DUI 3 times in 8 days.
The day after this interaction, she bailed out.
KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports it's been difficult for prosecutors to build a case against her quickly. She's addicted to inhalants, which requires special testing to detect, and the crime lab has a 20-month backlog. Debate in Tacoma as the city council looks at changing the voter-passed rules meant to protect renters. A record number of people testified about that this week.
Strong renter protections keep our children in schools, keep workers close to their jobs, and keep our communities together.
But advocates tell KIRO 7 TV the limits on rent hikes, moratorium on winter evictions, and more are hurting mom and pop landlords. They say the city should instead focus on building more affordable housing. The city council could vote on changes December 9th. The city of Seattle leads the nation for having the steepest drop in office rent rates. That's according to a CoStar analysis. Experts warn the slump could reshape Seattle's commercial real estate, cutting into property values and city tax revenues. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exterior. Rain turning to showers with highs in the mid-40s. It's 46 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours left to go. You guys could text us. You guys want to get in on this conversation? We get a lot of great stuff from our listeners. We get story ideas. We also just get to have fun back and forth with you when we can, especially on the commercial breaks. We'll try to jump in there and respond to things. Laura's great. She responds all show to text messages, and then she'll also grab text messages that we're getting and use them later in the show. So you guys can hear what some of your brilliant points. Some of them not so brilliant. Those don't make the cut, but some of them are actually.
They'll be at our Christmas party, though.
We'll read those
kind of a
privately.
Reel.
Yeah. It's more of a laughing situation, though. All right, so you can do that at 888-973-5476. And we're just joking. We don't actually laugh at anything people say.
No.
If we're going to laugh, we'll do it on the radio. We'll read it.
Share it with you folks.
Yes, we're not going to miss the opportunity to share a laugh with you guys. Okay, I would love your take on this. President Trump yesterday at the White House hosted a bunch of automaker executives, auto industry executives, I should say, in the White House. There's a funny picture of them all standing behind the desk in the Oval Office,
Which is the Resolute desk. There was a story a month ago that Trump had moved the Resolute desk to Mar-a-Lago.
Nobody believed that.
Nobody believed it. Come on. They did make a fabrication copy and put that on display at Mar-a-Lago.
They have those in various museums.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So they're all behind the Resolute, all these corporate execs, and a bunch of legislators as well.
Sure. And it was very funny because and we'll tell you what they were there for in just a second, but we were commenting off air during the show. We were just looking up there, and every single one of them, there's just a corporate CEO culture is very uniform. They all wear the same thing. They all wear like a nice looking suit. I wouldn't even say like a Brooks Brothers. That almost seems too flashy. It's just like a nice.
It's your basic corporate suit. Yeah.
Looks like a Sears nice suit. Is Sears still a thing?
Sure, maybe.
They all have a bold tie, either red or blue. No other colors is acceptable. Red or blue.
There were no cavalier appearances in this corporate gathering.
No,
not one.
Top button, hands in front, folded in front of them.
Yes.
They all look the exact same. They're all the same height. It's all very uniform.
Yeah.
Ladies are in
central casting.
Ladies are in nice looking
pantsuits or dress suits.
Dress suits.
A blazer and a skirt.
Blazer skirt. Bold colors.
Strong.
Great.
A lot of red, white, and blue in the picture.
Great looking group of people.
Yeah.
And it's just they could. I mean, I don't know how they fit more people behind that desk. There's about 50 of them, it seemed. And then Trump's sitting right there, kind of holding court and looking like he's having a good time, and he's doing something that I like. And we can debate whether or not people think this is a good idea. But the Trump administration was easing fuel standards, which a lot of people are now saying like, well, it's bad for the economy, it's bad for the environment, all this different stuff. But what they're doing is they've now changed the fuel requirements from targets that were put in place by the Biden administration, which were that all new vehicles were required to achieve 50 miles per gallon by 2031. They've now lowered that down to 34 miles per gallon.
Yeah. Well, on average, because we're not going to ask an F-350 to make.
Yeah, you're not getting 34.
You're not getting 34, you're not getting 50, you're not getting 12, whatever. But on average, so the car manufacturers can offer a selection to their buyers.
Yes.
Depending on what's more important to you, a good work truck, a good heavy lifter, a hauler, or do you want to make fuel efficiency your target? Yeah, because
you might
buying
want
options.
As Trump said, you might want one of those cute little Japanese cars.
If you go to Japan, where I just left, and if you go to South Korea and Malaysia and other countries, they have a very small...
The Prime Minister of Malaysia. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Zoolander.
Oh, okay.
Small car, sort of like the Beetle used to be with the Volkswagen. They're very small. They're really cute. And I said, how would that do in this country? And everyone seems to think good, but you're not allowed to build them. And I've authorized the secretary to immediately approve the production of those cars. So you'll be able to buy they really are, they're actually, some of them are really beautiful, actually. If you take a look, Honda, some of the Japanese companies do a beautiful job. But we're not allowed to make them in this country, and I think you're going to do very well with those cars. They're really nice and less expensive, and it really gives people a chance to have a car, have a brand new car as opposed to a car that maybe isn't so great.
So you have me at less expensive.
Sure.
You have me at less expensive. Sean Duffy, Transportation Secretary, had this to say.
He gave me the directive to clear the regulations on this, which we have. And so if Toyota or any other company wants to make smaller, more affordable cars, fuel efficient, we have cleared the deck so they can make them in America and sell them in America.
Now, I will say there is a downside to this, and it's not the environmental factor for me. It's not as much of a concern. Do you remember when in the 1960s and 70s they had awesome muscle cars?
Sure, of course.
And then in the 1980s, you have all of those like fuel shortages and all that stuff that was happening. And then you come out with that disgusting little awful, horrible Mustang. Do you remember how cool the Mustang used to be? Like the Boss Mustang?
Sure.
There's
the consummate muscle car. You bet.
I swear to you, I look at the Boss Mustang still. And sometimes I just, like, if I see one on the road, they're more rare these days to see on the road, but you see one of those things and you just go like, oh, that was kind of the apex.
Yeah, that's apex predator.
That is an apex predator.
Yeah.
And then within a couple of years, you end up with these disgusting little
Mustang 2.
Mustang 2s.
The Mustang sweet-handling car, Mustang
which are
2.
made for affordability, and they're made for fuel economy.
Well, there was an international fuel oil crisis.
Yes.
It was the late 70s.
Yeah.
The oil embargo.
Yeah.
Due in large in part to the Iran situation and President Reagan.
That's right.
Iran hostage situation. I was pulling up the gas pump in those days, buddy.
You were waiting in those lines.
I was. You could buy gas on depending on your tag number, odd days or even days. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You weren't allowed to buy gas on an even day if you had an odd number tag. I remember.
You think people ever switched out tags?
Oh, I never even crossed my mind before, to be completely
It would be
honest.
tough to do.
I'd do it.
Your license plate, right?
Sure, yeah.
Switch out your license
Yeah,
plate.
it's not like
just
there's
for
a
the trip?
DMV agent there checking your registration. No.
Yeah.
They just had some joke at the pump there.
They're probably assuming
steering people
you're
out of
gonna
line.
be, listen, you're going to be American. You're going to
you're
be
gonna
patriotic and do your part.
We're all doing our part. That's
Yes.
right.
Which means sitting in 2-hour-long lines. I mean, I've seen videos from those days.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't around, but
we used to park your car overnight in a gas line.
No.
Oh, yeah. And go back and get in them to save your space in line. Lines would go down the blocks. Lines would go miles.
Because the gas stations wouldn't open until what? 6 a.m.?
6, 7 a.m. Depends. They open whenever the hell they wanted to. It's not like people were going to go anywhere else. And you would hope you parked your car early in hopes that you would get up to the pump before they ran out of gas.
That's
because they would fill the tanks up, and they would drain the tanks, and they'd guesstimate. They put a sign on the last car in line, last guy getting in. Like, you ever been to Disney where they put no one from this point on is going to get on the ride? That's no one from this point on is going to get gas.
Oh my God! I can't even imagine what that would be like. Did it feel alien at the time? Because you'd never experienced anything like that before, right?
Well, I was new to driving, so I didn't know what an intrusion it was into the normalcy of the American
experience.
Driver.
Yeah, which is like ample,
whatever you
cheap
want.
Fuel,
Fill the glove box, fill the trunk, fill my wife's coffee
Spray
cup
some
full
on
of gas.
the ground. Why don't you?
Fill the guy
Don't
behind
do
me
that.
while you're at it. Gas was cheap and easy.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden it wasn't.
Well, they're trying to make. So, what do you think about this? They're trying to make cars. They're trying to make cars a little more entry level friendly, which I do like. Cars are very expensive, Spike.
Oh, don't I know it?
Cars are very expensive.
Yeah.
So I do like the idea. And have you traveled outside of the country recently?
Yes. Oh yeah, I was in Europe just last year.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to ask. The last time that I was in Europe, you do see all these vehicles that are not available in the United States.
That's right.
And they're smaller, they're more economical, they're more compact. The streets there are smaller.
Streets are smaller, and there's also
people are smaller.
Yeah, no, you're right. As opposed to Americans, oh yeah, they are.
I should say they weigh less.
Oh yeah, they do.
The people weigh
and
less.
They're smaller. A lot of those cars, though, wouldn't meet U.S. safety standards.
Well, there we go.
Not just with mileage, not just with pollution, with regard to pollution, also with regard to safety.
Regulatory reasons why these cars are not available in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we should be easing some of those regulations in order to get some of these cars in?
No. My first honest blush says no.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you feel unsafe? What country did you go to?
I went to Ireland.
Did you
Wrong
feel
side
like-
of the road, sheep everywhere, little stone walls. Roads that were originally made for Roman chariots.
I hear where you're going.
That were now two cars wide.
You didn't get into Belfast?
I not this trip, but I've been to Belfast.
Big city?
Yeah, big city, little roads.
Lots of cars?
Yeah, lots of cars. I was in Dublin. I was in rush hour Dublin. Many days, yeah.
They got trucks in Dublin?
You bet, big trucks.
Did you feel safe in Dublin?
In that car, yeah. Yeah, I did. I felt safe.
Would you be okay with that car in the United States? And maybe that car model is already available in the United States. I don't know.
The particular car we had was, I think, a Toyota type that was made by a different manufacturer, a European manufacturer. It had a different brand name.
Sure. Different
but it was
badge on it.
essentially, yeah, essentially it was the same, came off the same assembly line, same plant, same designs. I did feel safe in it, but here's the thing. These safety advancements we've made in design and construction of cars that make them a little bit bigger, that make them a little bit heavier, that put a big steel cage in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not if you feel safe, it's if you survive the unthinkable. And that's what the factors are when you talk about design changes with regard to safety in cars. I'm all for making smaller cars that are more affordable. It's hard to argue against that
look
directive.
At the Subaru. It's a smaller car,
right? Safest
car on the road usually.
And I'm not that dead set against the overreaching, I think, 50-mile-an-hour standard goal that the Biden administration had put on all new car developments by 2031, was it?
2030. Yeah.
50 miles an hour gallon average. That seemed like a reach, and I know that the Biden administration had a different green perspective than other previous administrations because they felt like they were trying to make up for lost time with regard to climate impact on our society, yada, yada. I'm all for lowering that standard down to 34.
I think that number doesn't feel unreasonable.
It doesn't feel unreasonable. What I don't like is the fact that the president feels like he can infringe upon state rights by telling California they can't govern what their mileage qualifications, limitations, restrictions are. Because this is an administration that's all for states' rights.
Let me ask you a question.
They champion states' rights when it comes to women's reproductive rights. Let the states decide.
Let's
but not
stick
when
to
it comes
cars
to
and
gas.
not reproductive rights.
But that's the thing, though. It's the double standard, if you will, of this administration deciding when states can have rights and when they can't.
Did Biden cross any of those lines?
I'm sure he did. I'm sure there you can find various cases and things. It doesn't make it just
Did you have
because
a
the last
problem
guy
with
did.
those?
Sure. Two wrongs don't make a right, and overreach is overreach no matter what color tie the guy's wearing behind the Resolute desk.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, it's funny. I'm all for the program. I'm all for him allowing smaller, less expensive cars on the road.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm all for lowering that mileage standard. It's not like you're saying I don't care what kind of miles. You can get 8 miles a gallon, put it on the road. We don't care.
We still have standards.
Yeah.
They're just not unrealistically unachievable standards. What I think it's interesting because we were talking about this the other day with regards to charitable giving.
Mm-hmm.
We played that cut from Elon Musk, and he was talking about how giving away a lot of money, you can do one of two things. Like it's very difficult to actually succeed at doing good, but it's very easy to have the perception of doing good.
Right.
That to me is what the 50 mile an hour or 50 mile per gallon EPA standard is for the Biden administration.
I would put the same caveat that the CCA of Washington's doing. To your point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You put that out there, and it looks good on paper.
It's virtue legislating.
It's virtue signaling, and what does it cost the average person?
Right. Yes.
How is it improving their life? Is it actually improving the environment, or does it just say you're improving the environment? And then the cost of improving the environment, you got to weigh that. There's a risk versus reward there.
Absolutely.
What
are you doing to the citizenry? Yeah.
Is the risk versus the reward of, well, you can't actually quantitate what you're doing in the atmosphere, but the risk is you're making people and keeping people poor.
Yeah.
And forcing them to part with money that they desperately need and could be using in other areas. So I do like this idea. Can I play you this cut from Jim Farley, just because I want to get a Farley in here?
This is the Ford exec, right?
The chief executive officer of Ford is a guy named Jim Farley. Now, he is first cousins with the, rest in peace, dearly departed, Chris Farley of SNL fame and obviously wonderful movie fame. But this is Jim Farley. And listen to his voice as he talks. There is a hint of Farley in there. I mean, you can tell that he is a Farley.
We were number 2 last year in EV sales. We were number 3 in hybrid, and we're the leading brand for combustion. We believe that people should be able to make a choice, as you said, Mr. President, and we will invest more in affordable vehicles. This allows us to invest in affordable vehicles made in the U.S., which we will take the lead on, and will allow us to make vehicles more affordable.
I am El Nino. All other tropical storms must bow before.
You should have grabbed the Tommy Boy with the oil filters. I could take in a box.
Oh my gosh!
A quality product. Made.
Yes. Oh, you're right.
He sounded just like Tommy Boy.
Does sound
with
just
Dan
like
Aykroyd
Tommy Boy.
and with Zelensky, the auto parts king. He says it was funny because I didn't want. I didn't want to lose track of what he was saying.
Yeah.
Just because he sounded so Farley-esque.
It's tough to hang on his words though, because it's tough to keep track because he sounds so much like Chris Farley.
Yeah.
But
remember that time you dropped it from 50 to 34? Yeah. That was awesome.
Was that? Is that true? I like the idea.
I do too.
They also say that for car manufacturer, I mean, that's who was behind the Oval Office. They said this will take on average about $1,000 off the cost of a new car for people. So if you do have young people who are looking at cars, now I would like that number to be more. Obviously, cars are very expensive. I think the average price of a new car right now is somewhere in the mid-40s.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's a lot of money for somebody.
Even a 5-year car. It used to be when I was selling cars 25, 30, good Lord, 36 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was in the car business.
Sure.
A 5-year loan was it. Then they were flirting with a 6-year car loan. Now the 7-year car loan is kind of almost standard. It's kind of the norm. A 5-year is almost impossible to unless you can afford that monthly payment.
12-year? Do people think 12 years?
I think 7. I'll have to, if someone in the auto industry who's in it today,
let us know.
But people have gotten away from ownership. They've gotten more into leasing because it was a less expensive option on the monthly payment, which is the most common determining factor.
Yes.
Of what kind of cars. What's my monthly payment going to be?
Let me show you this. This is another thing I thought was interesting and worth noting. So I hope that the cost of U.S.-made vehicles comes down. That would be awesome. And also,
would. And if
Ford says they make 85% of their vehicles in the U.S., which is phenomenal.
Right, and they're the number 3 in EV sales and number 1 in combustible sales, so you can do both.
Yes. But requiring businesses, let the businesses follow where the market leads them, because if you force them to do something based on policy and not because the public wants it, you end up getting into a situation where I know we disagree on this, but when the U.S. is subsidizing the purchase of electric vehicles for people just so you can get that market off the ground, that's tax money that is being pulled from everyone. You're making those purchases on behalf of people who can't afford those cars, and you're moving those into the pockets of people who can. And that, to me, was the part that felt unfair. It feels like the CCA thing to me.
Yeah.
I have no problem with people who want to fight for a healthier environment, cleaner environment. I do my part. I recycle. I try not to burn all my plastic as much.
Government should make you do my part, which is what the subsidies are. That's all of us kicking in.
The amount of money that people are kicking into this kicking and screaming into this is the part that drives me crazy because it's really, really expensive. And it costs people a lot of money, and they're feeling it. The effects are like very, very heavy on people.
But do you see any value to the fact that, with the euphemism is the rising tide lifts all boats? If the government helps more people get into electric vehicles, then you as a gas burning car driver, right? You have less people at the pump. You have less smoke in the air. There's a benefit to you. It's not without benefit. It might be disproportionate to the amount of your tax dollars that's going to these folks.
Well, it's interesting because it actually makes my life harder, I think.
How so?
Because you're choosing who's going to be the winner in the vehicles. So all the automakers are saying, well, I have to stop making gas-powered vehicles. Now, I'm not a person who's going to go out and buy an electric vehicle right away. I'm a gas-powered driver currently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see the value in electric vehicles.
Sure.
But as that stock and supply goes down, those vehicles become more expensive. The used car market becomes more expensive.
Yeah, it does.
It ends up costing me more money. You then also have industries who are saying like, hey, you know what? We're going to have to start turning away from gas, which means that the limits on who's producing that go down. And we've seen that when they stop supplying as much fuel prices go way up. So it just keeps squeezing me, where if they just let the market decide, the market will let you know how it goes. And there's nothing wrong with it. Electric cars are fantastic.
Yeah.
I have dear, dear friends who love them. They're phenomenal. They're pretty expensive still. The infrastructure just isn't there.
True.
And so, yeah, I would prefer the government not to choose those losers and winners.
The government always picks winners and losers. Look at Iowa.
They generally pick losers.
Well, look at Iowa. You're right.
I mean, generally pick losers.
Yeah. The ethanol, no one needs ethanol. Ethanol is there to support corn growers and corn farmers.
Why are we putting corn and gas?
Because the corn farmers need our help.
But why are we putting corn and gas?
Because corn farmers need our help. We can't. Not even we can eat that much.
Dive into that corn and gas.
Not even we can eat that much fructose corn syrup.
I love corn though. It's good stuff. Not my gas, but I like corn. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Honey, look, 4 calling birds.
Do they have cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
More fiber and laxatives, eh?
Who are you?
I'm Future You.
Future me?
Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth T800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Best Mortgage, the VA loan and reverse mortgage experts, are proud to partner with KIRO Radio for over 20 years. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Washington U.S. Senator Patty Murray says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth should be fired. Her statements coming after lawmakers today held a closed-door briefing and saw video of that controversial military strike on a suspected drug boat in September. It's not clear if Murray has seen the video, but other Democrats have called it disturbing. More from CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Navy Admiral Mitch Bradley told lawmakers in the classified briefing that there was no kill-them-all order from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Republican Senator Tom Cotton, who heads the Senate Intelligence Committee, defended the admiral, saying he was very clear.
Senator Cotton also called that attack, in his words, highly lawful. A new traffic study finds Seattle drivers spend nearly 3 full days a year sitting in traffic. That is 68 hours behind the wheel. This driver tells KIRO 7 TV it's no surprise.
No, not at all. I'm not clutching my pearls at that information.
The 2025 INRIC study also found the worst choke points in the area is at the 405 I-90 interchange. The study also puts Seattle as the 10th most congested area in the country. Now to the closing bell reports. Ram is recalling 73,000 pickup trucks because their instrument panels can suddenly go blank. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert explains.
The problem only reported in a handful of 2025 and 2026 Ram pickups, both light and heavy-duty models. The issue is related to a software glitch. Recall notices will go out to customers next month. Dealers will update the faulty software.
No crashes or injuries have been reported. They are eating more chicken in Olympia today after Chick-fil-A opened its first restaurant in the city this morning. The new spot located at Capitol Mall Drive and Copper Point Road. On Wall Street today, the Dow lost 32 points. NASDAQ ahead 51. S&P gained 7 points. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:34. Here's Nate Connor.
Thanks, Aaron. The Emerald Queen Casino's got the update. Be sure to add a little extra space this afternoon as you make your way around. Wet roads make it a little more difficult for quick braking. Up in Everett, we cleared that collision south 5 at the Snohomish River. Most of that earlier backup is gone. The tail end of it remains thick in Marysville between 88th and 529. So Marysville to Everett, still about a half hour. Completely unrelated up in Everett, westbound 2, heavy across the trestle. South 5 heading into Seattle, we're solid from 85th into downtown. It'll turn into a parking lot there, northeast 50th, Linwood to Seattle, a half-hour drive. South 405, we're crowded between South Bellevue and Renton. You get a little gap and then more slowing developing along South Center. Bellevue to South Center, a half-hour commute. And we still have road work at Bridgeport Way, northbound I-5. It's blocking that right lane. So you're in a 5-mile backup starting at the JBLM main gate, Olympia to Tacoma, still hovering at 55 minutes, a 25-minute delay. The ultimate tribute to rock, Hairball, comes to the Emerald Queen Casino April 2nd. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Hairball, April 2nd, only at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We have rain today, showers tomorrow, and Saturday potentially very wet starting next week. Right now, 47 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
What music is this? What do you mean, what music is this? Who is this? This is a band called Elbow. I like it. There's just kind of an inherent manly quality to this, which I feel like is really what Spike and I, there's the vibes we're putting out.
It's very industrial.
Inherently manly. Yeah. Just like 2 big bowls.
I want to bite the cap off a long neck bottle of beer and drink it. Broken glass and all.
Just 2 big bowls in a china shop.
Hooah.
That's what we see ourselves as. You may not see us as that, but that's okay. Great choice. I like that. Let's keep using that. I saw the story. This is unrelated to any local news, but this is one of those fun topics that if you're a fan of movies and film, that as you and I are, Spike, and we're trying to impress on Laura to be, and I feel like she's growing. But this is one of my favorite movies of all time that we're about to discuss, and one of my favorite directors of all time, who has a very interesting and very mean take on this movie. So Quentin Tarantino, who is... just unarguably one of the greatest directors of our age, of all ages of cinema, actually. The guy is, his story of where he came from and where he's at now is, it's stuff of Hollywood dreams and legend. I mean, literally, he was working in a video store into his 30s, just obsessed with movies and films and just figured out how to do it. And now he's who he is.
He's an icon.
He's an icon.
He's achieved... Scorsese, Spielberg levels of success and acclaim.
Totally agree.
Easily.
What do you think? Well, okay, so he said this very funny thing. I think it's very Quentin Tarantino-esque, actually, for him to say this. He was on a podcast, Bret Easton Ellis's podcast recently.
Okay.
And he was talking about the best movies of the 21st century. And he says one of his favorite movies of all time, and might be the best movie of the 21st century, were it not for one of the main 2 actors.
Ooh, really?
In the film. And he calls them out by name.
Ooh.
So the movie he's referencing is There Will Be Blood. Have you seen There Will Be Blood?
Of course.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Paul Dano.
Yeah.
Now, I never say Paul Dano generally when I describe There Will Be Blood.
I don't either. It's funny you mention that. I don't.
I always just say Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, yeah.
Do you love There Will Be Blood?
I love it. It's phenomenal.
What do you love about it?
I love everything Daniel Day-Lewis does because he becomes.
Last of the Mohicans?
Yes.
I really believed he was an Indian.
He was Lincoln.
Yes.
He was Lincoln. And he was a heartless.
Lincoln. Yes.
He was a heartless, ruthless bastard, and There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Who stopped at nothing, who had singular pursuit, clarity of vision.
Singular pursuit.
Right. And then there was Paul Dano.
There was Paul Daniel, who was also there.
So I think I know what I think I could guess what Tarantino might have said here.
All right, so I'm going to play you a clip from the movie here, and but I'm going to first give you his critique of Paul Dano. I'm going to read to you what he said. They were Bret Easton Ellis was asking him, and Bret is that Less Than Zero? Is that Bret Easton Ellis? I think he's Less Than Zero.
I don't know.
Anyway, He was asking him about his movie choices, like I just said, and he's talking about There Will Be Blood. And here's what he has to say. He says that movie would stand a better chance to be number 1 or number 2 if it didn't have a giant flaw in it. So Easton Ellis presses him. Okay, what's the flaw? And Tarantino says, and the flaw is Paul Dano. Obviously, it's supposed to be a two-hander, and it's also so drastic, and it's also so drastically obvious that it's not a two-hander. He's weak sauce, man. He's a weak sister. And then Ellis pushes him more, and Tarantino says, I'm not saying he's giving a terrible performance. He says, I'm saying he's giving a non-entity performance. I don't care for him. He then throws other people under the bus. He
I
says,
like the straws work better.
The straw steals the scene in that.
It was phenomenal.
If you guys don't know what that reference is, then we're probably not friends. No, we're still friends. He says, I don't care for him. I don't care for Owen Wilson. I don't care for Matthew Lillard. I don't know why he throws all those people in there because I don't believe they're in the movie. I think he's just talking about them as actors. They're not. Owen Wilson's not in There Will Be Blood, is he? No.
Owen Wilson? No.
No, Matthew Lillard's not in There Will Be Blood.
No.
All right. I'm going to play you a clip of these two guys, and there's a fantastic scene in the movie. But again, as I look at it now through this prism of Tarantino's critique, the scene is great because Daniel Day-Lewis is great.
Yes.
As Tarantino says, he's giving a gargantuan performance. It sucks all the air out of the room. It's so good.
Right.
And maybe it's unfair to judge Paul Dano.
I was having the same thought.
You're comparing him to the greatest.
Right. Who could stand up in that scene?
Maybe nobody wanted to act opposite.
Quite possible.
Day-Lewis.
Quite possible.
All right, so I'm going to play you the scene, and it's where Paul Dano is if you haven't seen the movie, Paul Dano is like a guy who runs what's essentially a cult, but it's like a church, but it's like basically a cult in this small town where they've struck oil. Daniel Day-Lewis is an oil man. I'm an oil man. He's an oil man, and he's come to town, and he's getting all this oil. He's sucking it up. And Paul Dano has forced him through basically kind of controlling some of the land through church stuff, is forcing Daniel Day-Lewis's character to come and kind of bend the knee in front of the community. And if he doesn't, then there'll be some negative repercussions that are going to make drilling for oil even harder. So these two guys are squaring off. And so this is Daniel Day-Lewis in church, in Paul Dano's church. And you tell me if these are equal performances or if Daniel Day-Lewis is just so good that Paul Dano's just trying to hang on.
You've come here and you've brought good and wealth, but you have also brought your bad habits as a backslider. You've lusted after women and you have abandoned your child. Your child that you raised, you have abandoned all because he was sick and you have sinned. So say it now. I am a sinner.
I'm a sinner.
Say it louder. I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
Louder, Daniel. I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
I am sorry, Lord.
I am sorry, Lord.
I want the blood.
I want the blood.
You have abandoned your child.
I've abandoned my child.
I will never backslide.
I will never backslide.
I was lost, but now I am found.
I was lost, but now I'm found.
I have abandoned my child. Say it. Say it.
I abandoned my child.
Say it louder. Say it louder.
I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy.
Beg for the blood.
Give me the blood, Eli. Let me get out of here. Give me the blood, Lord, and let me get away.
Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
Yes, I do.
Get out of here, devil! Out, devil! Out, sin! Do you accept the church of the third
Oh my
Revelation?
gosh. That's one of, there's 15 scenes in the movie like that. It's such a good movie.
Paul Dano wrecks every one of them. Nobody, and he's in that's his scene. That's his scene. That's his crown jewel of that movie.
You're right. That's his
and
moment.
It just and it was called the limpest D in Hollywood.
That's what he calls it.
And that scene exemplifies the description.
Because Daniel Day-Lewis, he draws all the focus.
Yeah.
He's so good in that movie. I want to go home and watch that movie tonight.
Great film.
So good. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we could just talk about. We're actually just going to talk about that for the next hour.
Laura's there like, I have nothing to add.
Laura, have you seen There Will Be Blood?
No.
Come on.
No.
No, I was talking to him. Don't even ask him.
I'll add it to the
You should
list.
see it. It's really good.
We were going to try to talk about what actor ruined a great movie by just bringing a horrible performance.
Do you have a suggestion?
Not a better example than that one. I mean, Hayden Christensen as a young Darth was horrible. That guy almost derailed a multi-billion-dollar franchise. He was so bad.
Man. Now we're going into a whole separate topic.
Yeah, we don't have.
We should. Send us your text messages. Who do you think have ruined movies? 888-973-5476. All right, we got a lot more. Sticking around.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchie's Worry-Free Warranty.
Wrenchie's what?
Worry-Free Warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member, you get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchie's
Worry-Free Warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchie's Worry-Free Warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchie.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn, fat, and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
Hi, this is Keith Dashafi, owner of Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. This holiday season, give your home the gift it's been waiting for. Beautiful new windows and doors from Pella, making your home brighter, cozier, and more energy efficient for the year ahead. Right now, enjoy 40% off qualifying installs or 24 months of zero interest with equal payments. Premium products, expert installation, and service that feels like family. It's why homeowners across the Northwest trust Pella. Visit PellaPNW.com to schedule your in-home consultation today.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth T800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What's your holiday tradition? For most, it's gathering with a joyful meal. Unfortunately, for many families, that tradition feels out of reach. To help, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors the next time you're at Safeway checkout or visit nourishingneighbors.com.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on mynorthwest.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
I saw this story. I thought this was so sweet, especially around the holidays. This was just one of those stories that just warms your heart. Oftentimes, the internet kind of hardens your heart, turns it to stone. But this story...
That's where all the money is.
That's where all the money is. Well, that's not where all the money is, Spike. There's a lot of money going to good stuff, too. Listen to this story.
Good deal.
There's a guy whose name is Ed Bombas. It's a very catchy name. I like it. He works at a Detroit supermarket. And he's there, every day of the week. He works, as much as he can, many hours as he can get, greets people, does what's needed. Ed's unique because he's 88 years old.
Wow.
He's an Army veteran. And again, he's working full-time, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day at a supermarket. The reason that he's doing that is because he had a few runs, a run of bad luck, a few things out of his control. The company they work for shut down. It was a car manufacturer, shut down, went out of business. He loses his pension.
Ooh.
His wife then passes away, and the little money that he has left, he has to spend on her medical care, all these different things. But he's not sad about it. I want to play a little audio from Ed, and then I'm going to tell you, somebody noticed him and was so uplifted by him that they decided to start a GoFundMe. I'm going to tell you in just a second how much money that Ed is getting now this holiday season. And God bless this guy. This is one of those stories that you're going to want to tell other people. It's very cool. But let me hear a little bit from Ed, and then we can talk more about it.
Just seeing if I could have help scanning this. Thank you. What was your name?
Ed.
I'm Sam.
Okay.
I actually had someone nominate you from this store and said you're very hardworking.
Well, I try to be.
May I ask how old you are?
I'm 88.
And still working?
Yes, I have to.
Why do you have to keep working?
Retired from General Motors in 99. In 2012, I went bankrupt, and they took my pension away from me.
Oh my gosh. Do you have a wife?
She passed away 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
She was sick when I lost my pension.
So you've been struggling a bit?
A little bit.
You said that you lost your pension?
Yes, sir, I did. I was in the Army back in 66.
So you're a veteran, too?
Yes. The thing that hurt me the most was my wife was real sick. And they, when they took the pension, they also took the health care coverage.
Yeah.
And all but $10,000 of my life insurance.
Oh my gosh.
So I sold the house, sold the property I had, and we made it through. My wife died 7 years ago. Since then, I've been trying to reestablish myself.
And you're working here how many days a week?
I work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
I mean, it makes you emotional just hearing all this stuff.
You do that because you have to, or?
Yeah, I don't have enough income.
I'd like to share your story and try and, get people to help you retire.
Oh, thank you.
I want to give you $400 here as a tip. You're amazing, man. Of course.
I don't know what to say. It goes a long way to help me.
Okay, so this guy, he hands him over $400. He's this online influencer guy. And he says, I want to share your story online. Start a GoFundMe page. I don't know that this 88-year-old guy probably has a super insight into what this guy's actually talking about, sharing your story online.
What's an influencer mean?
100%.
Completely different generation, different world.
Crowdfunding? What's crowdfunding?
Yeah,
He probably doesn't realize how quickly a story like this can gain positive momentum and can work in his favor. He's touched. And if you watch this video, this guy, you can tell he gets a little bit weepy, a tear.
The influencer or
no, the Ed Bombas.
Yeah.
He gets in a very sweet way. He's touched that this guy's handing him just $400.
That's going to make a big difference in his life.
It's going to make a big difference in his life, especially around this time of year.
Things are stretched for this man. 80
God bless
years
this
old
guy.
veteran, worked his life at GM after his military career.
Well, they did start a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
And I'm on it right now. And there have been 23,500 people.
That's a lot of money.
Have donated.
Have donators.
23,000. The original goal of this program, of this GoFundMe, was to donate $1 million.
Oh, wow. Well, that's wonderful.
To let this guy retire. It's a nice goal. They have surpassed that goal.
Wow.
As it stands right now, and you can still donate if you're interested. 88 and still working. Just look that up. GoFundMe. 88 still working. $1.614 million.
Holy, what is it?
To Ed Bombas. 1.6, almost $2 million.
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that one of those stories that you just are happy exists?
It's yes, and I got to keep in mind, I can't be mad. I can't, because my first thought here is, how's the government failed on this guy? How has GM failed this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, but thank
somebody
goodness.
picked it up. Good for him.
Human kindness.
God bless him. We got a lot more. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Cold is weakening, rocks are moving, and mold is creeping in, water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captid Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Lawmakers got classified briefings today from military officials and saw videos from a strike on a suspected Venezuelan drug boat back in September, and the second strike when there were known survivors. The takeaway was very different from Republican Tom Cotton and Democrat Jim Hines.
You have two individuals in clear distress without any means of locomotion, with a destroyed vessel, who were killed by the United States.
I saw two survivors trying to flip a boat loaded with drugs bound for the United States back over so they could stay in the fight.
Lawmakers say the admiral who directed the strike also testified there was no kill order from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The Pentagon watchdog publicly released its findings today into the Signalgate affair involving Hegseth. CBS's Charlie D'Agata has more.
The Inspector General's report that was months in the making found that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, quote, created a risk to operational security that could have resulted in failed U.S. mission objectives and potential harm to U.S. pilots by sharing details of an attack against Houthi targets in Yemen over an unapproved, unsecure network.
Democratic leaders have introduced legislation that would allow for a 3-year extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act tax credits. Senator Chuck Schumer.
The Senate Republicans can avoid this now. The Senate can vote to pass our legislation. Plain and simple, and save American thousands. Republicans caused this problem. They knew this cliff was coming.
The Trump administration said today it will reduce the period of time that work permits are valid for refugees and other immigrants. It's the latest move to tighten immigration procedures. Chris Miller reports from New Orleans on the immigration crackdown surge there.
Demonstrators demanded the New Orleans City Council take action to ban immigration authorities from municipal property. The council had to recess while police cleared the chamber. Meanwhile, New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell addressed the increased federal presence.
What I know is that as of today, that the city of New Orleans, again, stands in solidarity with every resident within our community and making sure that they know their rights.
Chris Miller for CBS News, New Orleans.
The average rate on a 30-year mortgage fell to 6.19% this week. That's near its low for the year. Stocks finished mixed. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Coming up, an unlicensed big rig driver arrested after causing a crash. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Alrighty, this report brought to us by Seattle Sports. Wet roads seem to be making an impact on collisions this afternoon. A handful of them just popped up. Let's start you with our latest one in Factoria. It's southbound 405 at I-90. It's in your right lane. That leaves one general purpose lane and the HOV lane open, and this is in the middle of a solid backup from mid-Bellevue all the way into Renton. Bellevue to Renton's at 25 minutes. In Pierce County, South 5 and South 84th Street, it crashes in your right lane. You're backed up to the mall right now. Tacoma to Olympia, 35 minutes. Coming the other way, Olympia to Tacoma, 55 minutes. Because of road work, North 5 or Bridgeport Way, it's blocking your right lane. It's got you in a 5-mile backup starting at the main gate. Westbound 16 mid-span on the Narrows Bridge, you've got a big crash. It's blocking all lanes except for the center lane. You're backed up to Jackson Avenue. This just happened about 5 minutes ago, so this backup is growing exponentially. Out in Gig Harbor, eastbound 16 at Wallachia, a crash in your left lane. And up in Everett, we're clearing out, but we're still struggling South 5 from Marysville into Everett from an earlier collision. And Highway 2 still struggles westbound across the trestle. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. State troopers now say a big rig driver who caused a multi-vehicle crash in Lacey this morning should not have been driving. They tell us the 40-year-old man did not have a valid commercial driver's license. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun with more on that crash.
It happened on I-5 near Martin Way East in Lacey just before 7:30. Washington troopers say a car hauler, a school bus, and 6 other cars crashed into each other on the interstate. 3 people are hurt and were taken to the hospital.
Troopers say the car carrier driver was booked into the Thurston County Jail. Renton police say they need your help to identify a suspect connected to the rape of a 12-year-old girl. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi has more.
That rape happened in December of 2023, and DNA from the suspect in that case matches DNA from a 2009 Seattle home invasion robbery. The man was thought to be Hispanic, about 5'8" to 5'10", with a medium build, dark hair, and facial hair or stubble. And the victim said he had a scar on the side of his mouth. He was believed to be about 30 years old back in 2009, and investigators fear he may have attacked other people in the past 16 years. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Everett police rescue a dog they say had been tied up, zipped into a suitcase, and then thrown into a dumpster. Everett PD CJ Hawley says they found that dog behind a restaurant on Evergreen Way.
Unfortunately, people, when they feel overwhelmed with taking care of a pet, they don't always make the proper decision.
Female pit bull mix named Binny was taken to the animal shelter, said to be doing well now. Seattle Mariners are bringing back Fan Fest for the first time in 6 years. The 2-day event returns to T-Mobile Park January 31st and February 1st. Fans can meet players, run the bases, tour the clubhouse, and more. Tickets are $23 for adults, $12 for the kids. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We have rain today, showers through the weekend, and very active weather patterns starting next week. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show, I should say. 2 hours down.
Some people just got here. I respect that they've got things to do and they can't enjoy 3 hours of the day, but we're here for them.
I'm hoping that they're listening later.
There you go.
On the podcast.
Good call.
Or watching us after the fact on YouTube, which is a ton of fun. Or watching us live on YouTube, which is also great. Fantastic.
And I'm hoping they have the app, the KIRO Newsradio app, to make it as easy as possible. We know how busy your day is.
Make it easy.
We make it as easy as we can for you folks.
Yeah. Put us right in your pocket. We're very excited. Jason Rantz from Seattle Reds 770. Jason Rantz Show joins us now. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Jason, can we talk for just a second before we get into our tax discussion, which we're going to chat about? Last segment, Spike and I were talking about, or 2 segments ago, Spike and I were talking about, did you see this Quentin Tarantino interview that folks are referencing?
I've seen some headlines that it reminded me to subscribe to the Bret Easton Ellis podcast.
Same. I just was actually looking it up. I can't. I was just
because it's only on Patreon now.
I know, and that's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I was
good content's worth paying for.
Oh, he's so good. He's my favorite author.
He's Less Than Zero, right?
Less Than Zero, American Psycho, Rules of Attraction.
Okay, I knew it. He's fantastic. Quentin Tarantino, obviously fantastic. So he says in the piece, Paul Dano is just so weak in that movie that he kind of ruins it for him as far as considering it the best movie of the 21st
He said it was in consideration for the best movie ever made, bar none, except for Paul Dano.
Except for Paul Dano.
There will
He is
be
a
blood.
boat anchor.
Yeah. So we just talking about it. We love it. Spike loves it. Spike loves it. I love it. Do you love that movie?
No. Quite
What?
the opposite. I cannot stand that movie. I don't
I
like
didn't know this before I
Daniel
asked you.
Day-Lewis. I cannot stand him. I think he's the most overrated overactor in the history of cinema, and shame on anyone for putting him in any film ever. Thank you.
All right, Jason, thanks for coming by.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Jason
Hot
Rand.
take. Whoa, whoa, my hands.
Are you being real right now?
I hate Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, this is a
and
great
ironically,
topic. It's a
I'm
great-
totally okay with Paul Dano in that film.
Seriously.
I
I'm
do not
so
like There
confused
Will Be
right
Blood.
now.
I find that to be insufferably long, and I can see why Quentin Tarantino likes this.
Your point is insufferably long.
Because
you hate Daniel Day-Lewis.
Like every Quentin Tarantino movie, There Will Be Blood suffered from the biggest problem, which is no one could go in and say, you need to edit this. You need to cut this down a little bit.
Oh, that's
every
a really
movie,
good point.
Every movie from Quentin Tarantino is a good 45 minutes too long.
Hold on
Same
a
with
second.
Martin Scorsese.
Hold on a second.
Arguably the same with Paul Thomas Anderson.
Hold on a second.
Too long.
You'd edit stuff
Somebody
out of
hurt you.
100% blood?
Somebody hurt you as a moviegoer at some point. Somebody really
Yeah,
hurt
my
you.
bladder. Because sometimes you're like, I gotta go.
Should intermissions be brought back? Since movies are now casual to do 2 hours at a run, that's nothing anymore. It used to be unthinkable. Do we need to bring back
For a
intermissions?
3-hour film, you know what? I actually kind of like that idea. And we don't need a long intermission. Give me 5 minutes. You don't have to do like a
The older I
15-minute
get,
interlude.
The longer I need, actually.
Yeah, it's just it's too much. But the other thing is they're just not great films. They could be. There's like a great film within these films because no one wanted to say to any of these people who are above editing, you need an editor.
I'm sure that there's plenty of editing that happened in There Will Be Blood. It's a phenomenal movie.
It's not. And the other one that he did with Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yeah, where he's a
the
cult leader.
Scientology movie.
Yes,
I forget
yes,
The
yes.
Master or
The
something.
Master.
Is that what it? Yeah,
with
Awful.
with Joaquin
Awful.
Phoenix.
Awful.
Okay, I'm kind of with you on The Master. I wasn't a huge fan of The Master, but There Will Be Blood, I think, is just one of those movies I love.
I'm still rocked by
quite
it.
frankly, shocked by you saying you don't like Daniel
I
Day-Lewis.
don't know if I've ever met anybody.
I'm an oil man. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but that's the problem. I can do that, and it sounds like I'm making a joke. No,
So
that's
can
actually
I.
that's just as good as what he did.
That's why
Give
it's
me
so
my
good,
Oscar.
because
I'm
any
an
of
oil
us-
man.
I'm an oil man. Let's see who can do the best. All three of us do the oil man thing. Laura, you're going to judge. You've never seen the movie.
No,
Andrew,
I'll judge just on merit alone.
have you seen There Will Be Blood? You should see it as a man.
No, you shouldn't.
This
Don't
is a
see
guy
it.
with a solid beard. Andrew should see There Will Be Blood. Absolutely.
But he's a nerd with a beard.
No, he's
Different. He is. He'll say it.
Look at him. He's a man. He's got a
I'll take geek over nerd.
Or geek.
probably.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
point. Is you should see the movie. It's a very good movie. It's hotly debated, I guess, of the quality of the movie.
Such a good movie.
It's one of the best movies. Do your There Will Be Blood again, and then Laura's going to judge all of us.
Well, you're actually very good at this one.
I'm tapping out of this one. I heard you
Spike,
do yours.
no, I want you to do yours too.
I'm an oil man.
Okay.
I'm an oil man.
I'm an oil man.
Yeah, you do it better.
Yeah, Jake wins.
Yeah.
You've got
That's
this
all I
like
wanna hear.
out of breath thing at the very end that kind of sells it.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to
because
like
of the
lean
heavy
over
smoking.
and have really bad, like a really bad back.
I'm not a heavy smoker, but his character in that smokes a lot, and so he's using that. I think it's a shame you don't like the movie because I think you've missed out, and you think Paul Dano steals the scenes in every
No,
shot
he
in
doesn't
that
steal
movie.
the scenes. He's just better than Daniel Day-Lewis.
Did you see Last of the Mohicans?
A long time ago.
Do you not like?
I can't remember Last of the Mohicans. I can,
Okay,
I
did
can
you
picture
see-
the poster. That's
Okay.
about it.
Yeah. Well, it's fantastic.
What do you do? The Phantom Menace or whatever?
No.
The Thread.
Phantom
Thread.
Thread.
Oh, the Phantom Thread. Yeah.
Gangs of New York?
That sucked. That was awful. And I hate Martin Scorsese.
I'll tell you what. Bill the Butcher. That's his name.
Bill the
in-
Butcher.
in Gangs of New York. He's not a far throw, actually, from
Right.
Daniel Plainview.
Fair.
I feel like
Yeah.
maybe
Because he plays the same character
Well,
in
I
every
would say that-
movie.
I
and
would
he's
say
an
that-
overactor in every film.
Did you like him in Lincoln?
No. He did He did the opposite in Lincoln.
Did you like
He
him?
understated it.
Did you
too
like him
much.
in My Left Foot?
I like the foot.
Sins of the Father? Or Name
His
of
foot
the
was
Father?
so believable. In
I
that
don't remember
movie.
that one.
Name of the Father's where it's IRA.
But I don't think I saw that one. Or if I did, it was a long time
Watch it
ago.
again. He's brilliant in that. I love him.
All right. I guess we'll talk about taxes now.
And by the way, of this group, who's a member of the Broadcast Film Critics Association? This guy right here, which means I'm infallible.
Well, they need an opposing point of view.
You know everything.
Otherwise, it'd all be 100 tomatoes.
Exactly.
For guys like you.
All right. Speaking of tomatoes, can we get to this rotten tomato of a story here about taxes in our state? This is interesting. There are somebody in our state was gonna. I'm gonna drink your taxes. I'm going to tax you. I'm a tax man. I'm a tax man. I'm not going to tax you. I promise. When people say that I'm not going to tax you,
no, there will be taxes. Come on,
there will be taxes.
It lays itself. It's right there waiting for you.
See, I would find Bob Ferguson much more likable as a
Daniel
person.
Day-Lewis is Governor
if
Bob
he dressed
Ferguson.
if he dressed as Daniel Plainview.
I'm going to blow this straw and take your money from your pocket.
People say that I'm a tax man. You know it's true. I'm here with my boy.
He likes to tax you. Oh boy!
All right. He's claiming that they're not going to raise taxes.
Yeah,
there is this new tax that has been suggested. Well, tell us what he's
Pay attention to the words he uses.
Tell us what he's claiming.
What's the word and the phrasing that he uses?
He vows to veto new taxes.
New sales taxes.
He was asked, do you plan to, and he says something along the lines of, my plan is not to, my plan right now is not to raise taxes.
Yeah.
And anyone who falls for this nonsense, shame on you. Just go back a few months in which he verbatim said exactly the same thing and then signed into law a historic tax hike.
Do you think that's what's going to happen in this case?
Yes, 100%. I'm certain we are going to see an increase in taxes for 3 reasons. Okay. Number one, they've already literally said they're going to raise taxes. June Robinson, the senator from Everett, there's a state representative from SeaTac, I forget her name, said within the last 2 months that they're going to raise taxes, that they're looking towards new revenue. We had this week Sean Scott introduce the payroll tax hike, or the payroll tax across the state, modeled after Seattle. And Bob Ferguson's a lying liar who lies about taxes, and we already know that.
You know, I hadn't noticed that key word in that sentence.
Is that
plan,
not? Yeah,
plan.
That's the,
Yeah,
but what he's doing here is
go home and tell Mrs. Skorheim you're going out with the boys, and your plan is not to pick up any loose women.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
That's the plan.
That's my plan.
But it's a fluid situation. The next thing he says, it's a fluid situation.
He's going to say in 2.5 months, look, the plan was not to raise taxes, but we're now in a situation where we have to. There's no other choice. And it is a smart political move, because by saying that now, he's basically pushing aside any kind of criticism or pressure from the public that could build into momentum, right?
To say, don't do it.
If he were coming out right now and he would say, look, everything's on the table, which, by the way, I think he did literally say, everything's on the table, including taxes. I'd prefer not to do it, but it's possible. Well, everyone's going to start to get wind of that and say, no, don't you do it. And then for the next, 7 to 8 weeks, it's nonstop, and he's always going to be on the defensive. Now he says, no, that's not my plan, which means, oh, great, it's not his plan. I don't have to put any pressure on him not to raise taxes. And then he'll sign them into law. And he will have avoided any kind of criticism and any kind of momentum shift against the taxes from the public.
He had no choice.
I did everything I could. And you know what? I tried. I tried to get the state Senate and the House to decide, but they just didn't do it.
The sign of good leadership is changing the plan. That's what he would say.
I like your piece on Seattle Red, Jason, about well, first off, I was unaware that a bigger tax return's coming my way this year. That's what's
next year. But yeah.
Next year. But you say that
which is why that's the other hint.
Yeah.
So the Trump administration this week, the National Economic Council director Kevin Hassett came out and he pointed out that, again, as a result of the big beautiful bill, next year, and obviously not right now, you're going to get significant tax cuts
at
which
the start
will
of
result
27.
Exactly, which will result in
return a year from
which will result in refund checks.
Refund. Sure,
and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm certain now that Washington Democrats are saying, okay, now I know where we're going to be able to get this money.
Some money that
because it's not going to feel like they're taxing you, because it's like unrealized money. You haven't actually received it yet. So that's what they're going to be eyeing. Guarantee you. And of course, they're going to reintroduce, this is 100% certain, they're bringing up their wealth tax again.
Yeah.
And that's clearly unconstitutional, and it's a win-win from their perspective. Number one, if it's declared unconstitutional, then they come out and say, look, we did what we could. We tried to go after the millionaires and billionaires who aren't paying their fair share, so now we got to do it for everyone. Mm-hmm. Or best case for them is the Supreme Court, again, redefines what an income tax is and just decides that it is, in fact, constitutional, which, again, it's clearly unconstitutional.
Sure.
But so was the capital gains tax, and they just decided to redefine what a capital gains tax is.
Yeah, and then chase big money out of the state.
Yep.
Let me ask you, I'm interested in your take on this. This is a clip from yesterday. Spike and I had a great conversation about it, but this was State Rep Sean Scott, the tax that you were just talking about a second ago. Payroll tax that he's suggesting. This would be for any company that has more than 50 employees, who has more than $7 million in gross receipts, and who pays somebody more than $125,000. There'd be a 5% tax on each employee's pay.
Above that threshold.
Yeah. He was asked about this with Brandy Cruz, who was on site. And it was amazing to me as I was watching this. There was like a smattering of reporters.
So embarrassing.
5, 6, 7 reporters, and not a single one of them asked a single question. She was the only one, to the point at which at one point he goes, we've heard a lot from this person. Is there anybody else who wants to ask another question? And Brandy kind of sits there very politely. She's a professional. She just waits, and she waits. And nobody else even has a question about this guy who's now saying all of these kind of crazy things about big corporations. Nobody else speaks up. So finally, she has the floor again because of an absence of questions, and she has the opportunity to start speaking. And she asked this question. Did you have a point?
Well, this tells you everything you need to know about Seattle media, that they don't view these as anything other than an opportunity to simply amplify whatever message coming from the left is in front of them without any pushback or even just playing devil's advocate for the sake of being interesting.
Just ask a question. Like, your job is to ask a question. Otherwise, what are you doing?
They're just publicists.
Just send a tape recorder.
They're stenographers, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to have. That's a full-time person's salary.
And it doesn't have to be
like
combative or anything, but you're just like, you have nothing.
And Brandy, I thought she was really great. She's not combative in these questions. She's just asking him questions. Now, he takes them as combative, I think, and his followers behind, who are just nodding heads, are obviously laughing, and
they're props,
taking it as combative as well. But I think she asked an interesting question, and I'd love your take on this.
Do you think that Amazon and Microsoft are a net good for our state?
Don't
say more about that. When you say net good, what do you mean?
Do you think they contribute
very difficult
and add
question.
more value to our state than they detract?
I think that workers, were they to collectivize, could come up with something like Amazon on their own, but that Amazon has a very difficult time providing the value that you would like to see in reverse. In other words, I think that working people getting together, forming unions, coming out and lobbying for policies such as this, could create something that resembled an Amazon corporation without that added layer of exploitation. But I don't know that Amazon's leadership, such as it is, would be able to do something like
Such an unbearably stupid comment.
And I want to let you speak, but I do have to just make one comment that as I was listening to that. How quickly it just passes by that he's just referred to it as a level of exploitation, as if these people have been rounded up and forced into labor camps or something to go have these high-paid jobs at this tech company, which is propping up our state.
They make so much money that Sean Scott wants to tax the company because they make so much money from their salaries.
Well, that's a nice dance you guys are doing.
That's
there.
what he said.
Well, that's the plan, Spike. We did a whole thing on this yesterday.
Well, let me just play devil's advocate for a second, okay? Because there is a pretty strong argument that Microsoft or Amazon. Not everybody makes above 125 at Amazon. A lot of people work in these fulfillment centers, and a lot of people feel that there are stories about their inability to take breaks, having to work while injured, having to pee in the Gatorade bottles while they're doing deliveries. They've got quotas to meet, yada, yada, yada. Those stories are pretty profound, pretty prolific.
I had to pee in a Gatorade bottle the other day when I was watching There Will Be Blood.
So I mean, you're right. There are my stomach just stopped hurting from listening to his answer yesterday, and you played it again, so my stomach goes right back into my throat hearing that guy not answer a question. And I don't want to get into the weeds about whether Amazon does good or bad or ugly, because the answer to that question is very simple. Yes, they do. And any smart politician would have used the opportunity to say, yes, they are. Of course, they're a net benefit to this area. But could they be doing more? Then you start to ask the questions that may have validity to ask. His free fall of a dance of attempt at an answer, to not have to actually answer a very simple question that he didn't want to admit to, is painful to listen to.
And I also love how he goes, I think Amazon workers could get together and probably make their own Amazon. Yeah, they could if they want. Go ahead and do it. How do you think Amazon became Amazon? Would it just develop?
Right. I'm going to open the largest business in the world.
Yeah, it took decades for them to get to this point. It took a lot of work. It did take a lot of workers. That part's, of course, true. But they could do that now, and you don't have to go after Amazon. Amazon, as a direct result of the payroll tax, already responded in Seattle by moving lots of jobs to the city of Bellevue and allowing a lot of people to continue to work from home well past the time that they otherwise would have been returning into the office because of the payroll tax loophole. Microsoft President Brad Smith just 2.5 weeks ago, right before Thanksgiving, did that interview with Bloomberg effectively saying, we're moving jobs out. And if you continue to do this against business, we can just go to Vancouver, British Columbia, which is a hop, skip, and a jump away, and they are doing their best to want to bring us here. So I don't understand politically why Ferguson and leadership would even allow something like this to be introduced if you want us to believe that you're not going to increase taxes on folks.
Very interesting.
They can go ahead and blame, well, we're not going after individuals. We're going after the business. Well, no, you're also going after individuals because I guarantee you if you make $140,000 right now, you're probably not going to get that $11,000 raise when you're deserving of it because it's going to get taxed.
I also, there's just this part of me that cannot help but feel like there's flashes of Shama Sawant's infamous speech where she talks about retooling Boeing from their war machines and instead we'll just have them spit out buses. This felt very much like that to me. They're very similar as a caliber of a person, I think.
It's the same ideology and the same stupidity.
That's Jason Rantz. If you tune into his show tonight, you're going to hear Energy Secretary Chris Wright's going to join you. Is that right?
Yes, he's on at 5:30. We're going to talk about all things
movie reviews?
energy. I will ask him about There Will Be Blood because that's an oil movie.
It is. See, there you go.
And he's big into oil and natural gas, so I'll ask him.
I'm an energy man. All right, we got a lot more coming up. That's Jason Rantz. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Stick around. Luke Ducey joins us next. We're going to talk about World Cup draw tomorrow, what that means for Seattle. You're going to not want to miss a second of that. We'll be right back.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth G800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
At Les Schwab Tires, our hearts shine bright. There's a toy drive-in store local children delight. For those who don't get many presents, you see, we aim for the season to sparkle with glee. In past toy drives, you've helped us inspire bright holidays for all, and our hearts never tire. So bring in a toy, we kindly implore, to fill a little neighbor's heart with joy to the core. This holiday season, give the gift of joy. Go to Les Schwab Tires to donate new unwrapped toys.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions. 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
The real estate market is picking up and you want to sell with the best. You need to work with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he'll sell it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell it for you. Meet the Novaks Novaks.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Lawmakers appearing to be split today after watching classified video of a controversial boat strike.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service.
That is Democrat Jim Himes. Republican Senator Tom Cotton, though, defended the follow-up strike on that suspected drug boat in the Caribbean.
I saw two survivors trying to flip a boat loaded with drugs.
Washington Representative Adam Smith also took part in today's closed-door hearings. He describes two shirtless people clinging to the capsized boat before the missile strike. Smith is demanding further investigation. Pierce County deputies responded with smash and grab at a Walgreens in University Place. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports those thieves were after more than just merchandise.
The brazen burglary happened about 3:30 Wednesday morning at the Walgreens on Bridgeport Way West. Three thieves in a stolen truck drove through the front door and headed straight for the ATM. Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto.
The first truck smashes into the Walgreens, chains up the ATM, drags the ATM half a mile away.
The ATM eventually broke loose and the truck kept going and everyone got away. Deputies are looking for a dark blue Ford F-150 with rear end damage. If you've seen it, call 911. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
President Trump has issued a pardon for one of the developers of Climate Pledge Arena. Tim Leiweke was indicted 5 months ago for conspiring with another company to rig a construction bid at the University of Texas. Trump's pardon wipes away a possible 10-year sentence and $1 million fine. A new study reveals Seattle area drivers lost 68 hours to traffic delays this year. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin has more in Bellevue.
That's almost 3 days, but the worst ranked interchange and area to drive in the state is listed here at the 405-90 interchange. The 2025 NREX Global Traffic Scorecard shows that Chicago has the worst traffic in the country, but Seattle's still in that top 10. It's sitting at number 10 in the U.S. and 24th in the world.
Let's check real-time traffic now at 2:33. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, this one brought to us by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. It is busy in Pierce County around the Tacoma area, specifically South 5 and South 84th. Our collision has just been moved to your right shoulder. You're backed up to State Route 16, though. Tacoma to Olympia is going to take you 50 minutes right now. And then North 5 at Bridgeport Way there, JBLM Roadwork still blocks that right lane. This was supposed to wrap up a half hour ago, so fingers crossed this will be clearing up here shortly. Meanwhile, we've got a 3-mile backup now starting near Jackson Avenue. Olympia to Tacoma is down just a little bit to 45 minutes. We cleared that nasty multi-vehicle crash westbound 16 mid-span on the Narrows Bridge, but it's left you with a thick backup starting at Cheney Stadium. Out in Gig Harbor, eastbound 16 to Wallachia, this crash still blocks your left lane. You've got one lane open at the scene. There's a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup stretching into Purdy. We just cleared that earlier collision, though, in Factoria, South 405 at I-90. Here in Seattle, North 5, you're heavy from the Michigan Curve in the downtown, and South 5 heavy from 80th to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle is going to take you 25 minutes. Right now, buy one, get one 50% off at Lake Washington Windows and Doors, plus 12 months of zero interest financing. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We have rain at times today, showers off and on tomorrow and again Saturday, and then a very active week for starting on Monday. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. I'm very excited about this. Spike, are you a big soccer fan?
You know,
I'm sorry, European football?
I am not. I got to admit, I watch it whenever there's a local interest that sparks, and I become a fair weather bandwagon fan.
Totally fine. Can I suggest a great way, and it's not even a joke, a great way for you to start loving the game of soccer?
Have a kid, get him in soccer?
No.
Okay, good, because that's out of the question.
What you want to do is start playing FIFA. On you can do it on Xbox, or there's a couple different systems that have it. But if you play FIFA, play a video game.
Okay,
you will just start loving it. I was not into soccer. I played when I was a kid, but I wasn't really into it.
It worked with Grand Theft Auto.
Yes,
I got so into
and
carjacking.
Now you love stealing vehicles.
I love carjacking.
He loves it. He loves it.
Good tip.
It's really fun, and everybody should get into it because we got World Cup coming to. It's probably once in a lifetime thing coming to Seattle. And Luke Ducey, who is a former soccer player himself, joins us now. KIRO Radio's Luke Ducey, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I got to tell you, if you can go to a World Cup game, you will get it. It will be like something you've never seen before, beyond anything.
Beyond a Sounders experience?
Which is 10 times more.
Really?
I went to a game years ago. Diego Maradona, a former captain, number 10 player. It's very prestigious to wear the number 10 for your team. He was a midfielder, very famous. Go look him up if you don't know him.
Maradona. Argentina, right?
Maradona, Argentinian player.
Yeah.
He was at a stadium, and he came out to walk the field beforehand, check out the conditions. There was such a mob of people, and then I watched as people started handing their babies down 30 rows to Maradona so he could kiss them. Like he was God.
He's literally like a saint
and then
in Argentina.
The
he's no longer with us, but
like a saint.
Yeah.
They're generational players like a Messi who come up through
Messi,
and
another famous number 10 for Argentina.
And they're superstars. They're gods in among the fan base. And that's what we'll see when World Cup comes. Okay.
They are incredible players, and they make more money than any NFL player combined. These are superstars. Some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And that's what's great about the World Cup, because you could have a team like Argentina then play a country of Suriname, who was in the mix to make the World Cup. And when does that ever happen? It doesn't.
Let's talk about the teams for a second and the matchups. We have the draw tomorrow, which I believe is in D.C. Is that right?
At the Kennedy Center, yeah.
At the Kennedy Center. They're doing the draw. There are, is it 42 teams?
48
initially,
teams, yes, 48
but then 6 to still be determined.
Yeah, and this is where it all gets messy. There will be 48 teams in the World Cup, more than they've ever had before, more than in 7 seasons. 42 teams will know what groups they are going to be in for the World Cup. groups A through L, 4 teams to each group. They will know where they are tomorrow. They don't know who they're going to play exactly, and the dates that will come out in the next couple of days. And then there are 6 slots that you'll see tomorrow that are going to be empty because there is another playoff round that has to happen in Guadalajara and in Monterrey in March. And there will be a bunch of teams that have to play for that final spot because they didn't make the final cut for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So they're going to put them all together. In years past, they would have said, okay, good night, goodbye, good night,
Yeah,
you're
didn't
gone.
make it. But
wait till the next 4 years.
It's like March Madness NCAA. You know how they have
the
first 4?
Yes.
Yes. So
and baseball did it with expanding the wild card games to have more cities involved. And this is just smart marketing. Right, for the World Cup, they're going to expose it to more countries, more fan bases.
Totally, and it's a big moneymaker. And 4 of those groups, I should say, playoff games and spots are going to be from Europe because I think it's because there's a lot more quality play oftentimes from European teams and they are in countries, so they want those teams there. So 4 teams will fill those spots from Europe, and then 2 of those playoff teams will come from non-European countries. We're talking teams like Suriname, like I mentioned, Iraq, New Caledonia. I don't know where that is, quite frankly.
Right next to Old Caledonia.
There you go. So in other words, you probably want more Swedens and Portugals and Denmarks in there than teams like that.
Because they're better players. They got better fan base, established fan base. Because you said it's all about money.
It is.
And speaking of money, I mean, we can't call it Lumen Field, right? You have to call it Seattle Stadium. That news was broke about a month ago because FIFA decides every aspect.
FIFA is, if you followed soccer, you know this, and FIFA is like they control everything when they do a World Cup.
Spike, do you watch Star Wars? I know you're a Star Wars fan.
Yes.
FIFA's the empire.
Okay.
Yeah, to a lot of people, for a lot of different reasons, they are, quite frankly. When they come into a country, and there are 3 host countries, Canada, Mexico, and the U.S., and when FIFA comes into these countries and then down to the cities, it's not just the stadiums, it is everything about the city that they want changed. If they want billboards up a certain way or they want this or that. At the airport, it's very controlling as well. At SEA, they will be telling SEA that we want this look, we want this to happen. And their expectation is that all of these organizations and groups and that are part of the hosting process will do exactly what they say, how they want it.
You must comply.
You must comply. There's so much money, but there's also so much control. And you'll see it. You'll see it next summer.
And it's a net positive financially for any host city, right? Is that fair to say? Seattle's spending a lot of money.
Here's what I'm worried about. Oftentimes when cities get the Olympics, there's a whole host of people who are like, listen, it's great publicity. We're going to have the eye of the world on us. The eye of Sauron is going to be on us. But it costs a lot of money. Sometimes you don't recoup that money. All the infrastructure costs, everything that you have to do that goes into it. I mean, they're spending tens of $millions to update the pitch on what will be Seattle Stadium, right? Aren't they updating?
Yeah. Rule number 1 under FIFA rules is the governing body of this particular tournament. UEFA that I mentioned before, that's like another governing body for European soccer. Yeah. So it's not FIFA. Anyways, number 1 rule is it has to be a grass field. And it has to be 90 by whatever the other
uniformities. I get that. It's quality of play, safety of athletes. I get all that.
Yeah, but the amount of money, everything they're asking from the city to comply with feels over the top, and that's why I referenced the empire thing. They do not abide by anybody trying to go against them, which is a very strange thing because we're in America, and this is a very European. I feel like this is a much more European sense, and they're probably more used to this.
I think it's more interplanetary. To your earlier point about the empire, these guys are big time.
Now, Seattle might be fine with that. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see if this ends up being a net positive. I don't know yet that it's going to be a net positive for them financially.
There's a lot of debate, and what you just said about the Olympics is the same for FIFA. There's always that debate about whether cities do make money or not. I mean, small businesses, I think, are great. Bars and things like that.
Bars, hotels, rental cars are going to thrive.
But when the checks come out and it's time to settle up everything. Who
benefits?
FIFA will.
FIFA will for sure. Yeah.
So real quick, here's how it's going to happen. The actual draw, it's usually done with ping pong balls and an air machine. I think that's what they'll do.
Like lotto,
like the lotto numbers.
Yep. Yeah, just like the lotto, exactly. It's going to involve 4 pots. Pot number 1 is going to contain the host nations, Canada, Mexico, the U.S., no other teams. That makes sense. So you just go through pot 1, you say, okay, and you put them in their respective slots. I don't know why this is, but Canada's in Group A, Mexico's at the top of Group B, U.S. is in Group D. I don't know why not.
We should be Group A. Why isn't USA Group A?
I don't know. And then they're gonna do is they're gonna take pot 1, and then pot 2 has the next 12 highest ranked teams, and then pot 3 has the next 12 highest ranks, and then pot 4 has the next 6 highest ranked teams, plus those 6 playoff spots that we talked about before. So, for instance, you start ping pong balling it. They're gonna go one by one, and they'll say, you'll see to this tomorrow. Okay, drawing from pot 2. The first team is whatever the team is that goes to Group A, and here's from pot 2, Group B, pot 2, Group C. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
and then it'll
for
fill
sure.
up and it'll go down the.
And we'll know all this by tomorrow. I think
tomorrow
morning it's 12 Eastern time. So by 9 a.m. we're gonna have the draw
You're gonna know
live.
what pots you're in, but you won't know specific game scheduling for quite a while.
In the next maybe not. I've heard reports that the next couple of days after that, then you will know where those teams will be playing and what times.
Okay,
so
because that's good. Now when ticket purchases start
tickets have already been. I think you probably sold out on most tickets already.
I'm aftermarket.
It used to be that you could buy then, but not anymore these days. And you know what? Those.
By the way, the cost this year is insane.
You know those tableside seats? They're going to keep those down there at Lumen Field, which is not. It's going to be named Seattle Stadium at the time. You know how much those are going for?
No.
In the aftermarket, more than $1 million.
A ticket.
Yeah, for those little table seats.
That's insane. We're going to end it on that, on $1 million a seat. That's unbelievable. It doesn't seem right. That's crazy.
That's going to be exciting, though.
For a 1-0 finish.
Yeah.
For one goal.
Yeah. And they tied 0-0.
Yeah.
But it'll be a goal. That's the exciting. That's what you're paying for.
Is it $1 million exciting? I don't know about that. All right, Luke Ducey, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it. We have a lot more. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
I'm here with my real estate guy, Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, the year's almost over. It's the holidays, but the spring is going to come fast.
That's right. There's not a lot of time left this year. But here's the thing. It takes a lot to get a home ready to sell if you truly want the maximum value for it. So I would encourage you, let's start the conversation now if you're planning to sell next year. We'll walk through my pre-inspection program. If there's any improvements that need to be made, I can help line up the contractors. And if needed, we have options to pay for it out of the proceeds from the sale of your home. The important thing is to have a game plan from repairs to staging, pricing strategy, and marketing. And we can help you get a jump start right now.
There's a reason I say if you want to sell for more, sell with Wes. So go to sellwithwes.com, find out the real value of your home with Wes's home value calculator, then give him a call, schedule an appointment. Sellwithwes.com. That's sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, A 2019 Peterbilt quad axle and a 2005 Kenworth G800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living, and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence, and your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS. Cars for Kids reminds you time is running out to donate your car for 2025. Call 877-CARS4KIDS now to secure your 2025 tax deduction and vacation voucher. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, December 14th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Welcome back to the show. We got a ton of text messages. Let's just dive right in. Laura, go for it.
On tonight's cold moon, Kathy in Snohomish says, it's a comforting feeling to think my loved ones who are on the East Coast can look at the same thing at the same time as me.
That is a nice thing.
Somewhere out there.
Oh, stop it, I'll cry.
Remember that Bible?
Fast asleep. That movie, I watched that recently with my kids.
Yeah?
I hadn't seen it in decades.
It's an American Tail, right?
American Tail.
Yeah, T-A-I-L.
Beautiful movie.
Yep.
Laura, you've seen
I've
American
seen it.
Tail. Okay.
Yeah, I was a 90s, early 2000s kid.
Yeah. That's nice.
They made a
I saw it on
version of There Will Be
VHS.
Mice they made with Daniel Day-Lewis as the main character, right?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
253 says, well, you are not going to see anything tonight except rain clouds. I thought the same thing earlier today. 100% chance we're going to miss this because of cloud cover.
Aaron in Auburn says, what I like about the full moon is that when the moon is full, it has a greater magnetic pull, which means the gravity on Earth is less than usual, meaning I can jump higher. I guess that makes, that's science.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, while holding the cinderbuck. Right ahead.
On the atmospheric river hitting us right about now, Trucker Joe from Graham says, the atmospheric river looks like a river. Normal rain are just spinny, arcing rain clouds when seen from satellite.
Well, rivers have names, so if anybody wants to come up with a good name for this atmospheric river, I think that'd be helpful.
The Dumbanis.
Oh, dump on us?
Dumbanis River. Yeah, there you go, man. Chuck in Lake Forest Park says, used to be called a Pineapple Express, and I believe that pot movie with Seth Rogen is why they can't call it that anymore. He copyrighted that. So meteorologist.
Shut up. On the Climate Commitment Act, Brenda in Grace Harbor says the people pushing the CCA, is it investing in companies that they own shares in? That's her question. Interesting, Brenda. I don't know about that, but that's interesting.
609 says if billion-dollar businesses were taxed more, we could use that money to protect our air. Just because you don't believe in climate change doesn't mean it isn't real.
Here's what I would say to 609. I would like to see, for all the money we spent, which is trillions of dollars we spent to fight this, I would like for 609 to show me where this is having vast improvements for that amount of money. The infrastructure that's going into this, what is being pulled from people's pockets. I have no problem with the fight. The problem I have with it is when you have this taxation without something that you can represent and show me that it's actually getting better, then I have a problem with taking people's money who can't afford it.
Yeah, he's trying to paint you maybe as a climate change denier, which is not the case here. You just want efficient and transparent government.
I want efficient government.
Yeah.
And I also want a realistic government. Bob Ferguson and Jay Inslee and the people who are in Washington State deciding that we're going to fix the environment by charging an extra 56 cents per gallon every time you fill up with a gas tank, I think is a joke. And somebody like 609, I also think privately, I think they lament that extra tax as well. They're just not willing to say it, but I'm happy to say it.
Well, on the gas shortages that Spike lived through, 253 says, my grandparents had a gas station in the 70s. My uncle would have to put the last one in line sign on the last car and got a gun pulled on him a couple of times because people were desperate for gas.
There were moments where you had to get gas. You weren't going to work the next day. And you got in a gas line and that sign came out, no more gas after this car. I can imagine. I never witnessed a gun being pulled, but it's not a far stretch.
That's crazy.
Ron says, I worked at an Arco downtown Puyallup in the early 70s. My folks would come down and fill after closing, and all the lights were off. Or I would get to drive their car to work and fill them up on their dime.
Oh, wow. He had the inside track.
He beat the line.
That's great. Okay, on the Q overseas cars that President Trump is trying to let into the country, 425 says, I've seen a lot of Kia trucks in the area as of late, smaller than a lot of the pickups with the same workload for the most part. Maybe not ideal for highway driving, but if I had the means, I'd scoop one of those up in a heartbeat. There is this truck from Toyota called is it called the Helix? Is that what we decided?
Hilux, I think.
Hilux.
I think it's a portmanteau.
Go look this up and tell me you wouldn't want this thing. I mean, it's only the price that I saw was like 20 grand.
Wow.
And it is a 4x4 cool looking pickup. I don't know if that price is a reality for the United States
Andrew's telling me they're
market.
like 13 grand. Yeah.
It's a phenomenal looking vehicle. I would scoop one up in a second.
45, great conversation on car safety. We just came back from a month traveling through Europe. Because of the safety issues, we only rented cars that we knew their safety record. I would not want to lower our safety standards in the U.S. I think we can meet cost requirements without lowering safety standards. They aren't mutually exclusive.
Very interesting, 425. Thank you so much. All right, that's all the time we have. We hope you guys had a great time with us today. We really appreciate it. We're going to be back here tomorrow. John Curley comes up next. And Spike's laughing.
No chance for get to Paul Dano's a phenomenal actor that way. That's fine. We're out of time. We're out of time.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be Friday. We'll have a lot of fun. See you then. Bye-bye.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At your local credit union, WSECU, making a difference isn't just a motto, it's a mission. That's why they're honoring Washington's community champions, the everyday heroes who strengthen our communities. Steve Rabel here with WSECU board member Marcus Glasper, and it's time to announce our next community champion.
Our community champion this week is Sean Tibbetts. Sean is a Tacoma restaurant owner who sets aside time to cook meals for families in need, free of charge. This holiday season, he'll feed more than 500 people. Thank you, Sean, for keeping your neighbors nourished.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions